intro.
Oh, God. Yes, I made a new one. What the heck's going on? Hello, live chat. Sorry we're late.
We're not sorry.
He's not sorry. I'm sorry. I've already done this to them multiple times this week, so I'm kind of sorry.
What? You were late multiple times this
One
week?
time I was 2 hours late. Oh, my
Her bed
God.
is super comfy. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. We're doing our best, okay? We're just trying our hardest. We are. How's everyone doing? How are you doing?
Good. Peachy.
Can you see those?
I can.
Okay, good.
I mean, I can't really read them that well, but I can see them.
Okay. See, he's not sorry. Such a diva. Here's my question. You know some about TikTok Tunnel Lady, correct?
I know she's digging her way to China. That's all I know about. I know she knows nothing about engineering.
No,
I know she's probably going to drown underneath her house.
Is she a software engineer? She's some type of she's some type of good.
She's a knucklehead engineer, is what she is.
Interesting.
But no, only what you told me. So I'm not really that familiar.
Okay, there's somebody who has 550,000 subscriber or TikTok followers, and she has decided to.
Yeah, they're watching her to see when she dies underneath her house.
Yes, but there's also some people that are like, "Oh, you're doing such a good job! This is incredible! Like you're doing the thing. Can't you go to jail for stuff like this?
What, for being stupid?
I mean, sometimes you can. Sometimes
that's
you can
not a fair commentary. I don't know. I don't necessarily know we want to throw people in jail because they're stupid. We don't have enough jails.
We don't. Never mind. I don't claim him right now. We're just co-hosts. We're not genetically related when he's saying all this shit.
Have another beer.
Oh my God! You just started that one. You can get a Darwin Award. Yes. How's the audio for y'all? Is it echoing? Because I can fix some of it. I know his microphone is picking up some of my stuff. I'm doing my best. I don't know what Clock said. Thought I was a member already, but then I was gifted a membership the other day. I think you were a member for a long chunk of a time, Sherry. No, but you can get fined out of the ass. You could get your house condemned. Well, this house is for sure going to be condemned. Don't you think?
Our house is going to be condemned at all. I mean, I think we live in a very nice house.
TikTok lady. Yeah. TikTok tunnel lady.
I'm really looking forward to kind of seeing what she's doing. Kind of like a Hogan's Heroes Redux or something like that.
Sure. Do you know what he said?
You don't know what Hogan's Heroes is,
Yeah, I do.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Oh.
We weren't allowed to watch a lot of TV growing up, so we watched the old stuff on Channel 49.
You need to talk to your parents about that.
You know what he said? He said, we're not watching 50 videos on Tunnel Lady tonight. I was like, yes, we are.
We can only take so much stupid in an hour.
Oh, my God. XCAL. We are literally watching that much. We are. I don't know who you think you are. You're just a co-host. You're not the host right now. I'm not running to the kitchen getting you an alcohol refill. You're not. We're watching this much,
and then I'll burn your channel down, and then we'll see how mouthy you
Then we'll see who has control of this channel.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let me see. I'll show you my folder. My folder here's my TikTok folder. Do you see? Engineer Everything. Mm-hmm. That's the account name of our bestest buddy, Tunnel Lady. Let me do this. Let me do a list.
Now, how did you decide to? You're gonna fill me in on like the history of this?
We'll watch the very first one again.
Okay.
She's building herself a storm shelter against nuclear and something else. Not rain, though, because her tunnel's already flooding, but against nuclear...
Zombies, maybe?
And zombies and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, the good news is if zombies eat your brain, then she'll be safe.
Yeah. Oh, Al Trucker is our general contractor bestie in the streams and rages a lot in the chat with her equipment that she puts together. And he's like,
What is
Al
she-
Al
get down
Trucker's
there
like,
with
that's
a
gonna
little
break.
ditch witch or something
Yeah,
like that.
no. No, he's like, that's gonna break. Board ends up breaking like next video, and he's like, oh, that's gonna break. You should have just bought a Bosch or whatever, because like she's trying to fix her jackhammer, and he's like, Al's like, that's the wrong type of jackhammer for this work. It's gonna break. Like next video, broken. So Al is here for
We need
this.
to get Al on to be our, kind of a color commentary person. Because I'm not. I mean, all I'm going to be talking about is how dumb she is. I mean, he's going to be giving all this technical
Listen,
advice.
you read a lot. You need to figure out a different word to use other than
What?
dumb.
Dumb?
Yeah.
She's digging an unengineered excavation underneath her house.
Okay.
I think dumb is the nicest thing I can say.
Okay,
about
we are giving XCAL
it.
a
Is there
special dispensation.
Is there am I getting into like woke territory? Where
Oh my
dumb
God!
is,
Stop. No, we just figure out sometimes use other words. We can use cursey words. I'm just saying we just sometimes use other words
like
than dumb.
freaking idiot?
Yeah, freaking idiot's fine.
Okay. All right, fine.
Dumpty or a numpty. A dumpty probably works. Here we go. Real quick before we start, football talk. Kansas City or
This is a really tough one. I've been more impressed with San Francisco. Going against KC is tough just because of the fact they've been there a bunch in the last several years, even though my Pats did beat them. But having said that, they've been a little bit underwhelming to me, both on offense and on defense. I've not been, although I was impressed with them against the Ravens, they just made the Ravens disappear. But as far as this game, I think I'm probably leaning towards San Francisco.
yeah.
How about you? You have no clue. I know.
No, I do. You know why I know? Because every father on the internet is raging about the fact that people who like Taylor Swift are suddenly interested in Kansas City football and having before when they were like, oh my God, Taylor Swift, whatever his name is,
And
Mr. Kelsey has a girlfriend now.
Kansas City is what?
Chiefs.
Oh, excellent. And San Francisco?
49ers?
Oh, man. 2 out of 2.
Yeah, so don't come for me.
That's right.
They're like raging that like having a girlfriend was gonna throw Travis Kelsey off his game and women ruin everything, blah blah
God.
blah, and so
Whatever.
it's been a rage on the internet for Taylor Swift, and the Swifties suddenly know everything about football.
Hey, I'm into rap now.
Wait, what? He hasn't been here so long. You got to get a new genre of music that he's into.
So Tom McDonald and Ben Shapiro put out a rap song.
Oh no, we're not repeating that. We're not.
Whatever.
God. Just ignore him. As a Seahawks fan, F the Niners.
Unfortunately, you'll be effing them for a while because Seahawks are not. They are a long way away from where they need to be. A long way away.
Women always ruin everything. Sarcasm.
Hey, I didn't say
Yes.
that, did I?
Nightbot is deleting messages with words that we can't say. So even though XCAL is going to say words, Nightbot does.
Nightbot can't delete
It's
me.
out of. No, if you say here's the banned words, but I'll turn it off for tonight. Here we go. Sorry.
Banned words.
Like idiot. Like I was trying to help the mods out for no name
dumb?
calling. Yeah, dumb, idiot. Like I was just trying to help.
I think dumb is a relatively vanilla word.
Al Trucker is our top chatter. Oh my God. Okay. Messages. All right. I'm turning
Poor
off.
Mrs. XCal's in lots and lots of pain. She's been struggling all week. Massive back problems.
Hello, Mom. Sorry.
She's limping around.
Default. There it is. No.
Oh, so these. Oh, well, that's why I didn't know because they're too small. I can't read them.
I know. We have words. Let's see. I'm disabling it. XCAL's here, so y'all can have some more leeway, but I'm disabling it for right now.
And so, what are the words that we aren't allowed to say?
Sex, because of
What?
sex bots.
Why can't we say sex?
Because our little bots come in the chat and come and ruin the chat for everybody. They come spam the chat.
Why do you have that as a word that triggers it?
Because the sex bots come in the chat and
I
so
see.
it automatically deletes it so the bots don't come in.
So basically, you don't want any guys to be on this chat, is what you're saying, because that's all guys think about is sex.
Oh my god. Okay, stop. I've got idiot. I've got
Okay.
crazy, dumb.
I can't say anything.
Okay,
Whatever.
it's disabled for tonight. Okay, Your Highness, like we've got it disabled. Everybody is back to normal now. Okay. It also deleted
I
Numpty.
really care about that.
Numpty's not in there. Okay, it's disabled.
Okay.
Numpty is okay to say. Chicken nugget, okay to say. We call lots of MLM people chicken nuggets.
Chicken nugget.
Okay.
You need to get your nephew to give you a little audio clip.
Oh, so, my sister got it for me. They sent it. She sent it to us.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Just behave yourselves. It's going to be a little rowdy.
Just behave yourself. Are they talking to you?
No,
I don't intend to behave myself.
I know you don't intend to behave yourself.
Whatever.
Good God.
What do
Okay.
they think? They're my dad or something?
Oh my God. You're out of control. I can't have this long a period in between you streaming because you have too much energy built up to wreck my stream. No fire, Chief.
Hey, I don't have that much energy. I've been out doing woodworking for the last 2 weeks.
Nugget as in total
so tired.
tosser. Oh. I think XCAL just doesn't understand why the words are hurtful and ableist. No, I mean,
No, I think
yeah.
XCAL doesn't give a shit.
Oh my.
Is that one of the words I'm not supposed to say?
No, you can say shit.
Okay.
Yeah. Just, just give him a special dispensation. He's just no. Oh, okay. We're not gonna have this.
If you're digging, if you're digging an unengineered cavity underneath your home, then whatever people say about you is okay.
Within reason.
Well,
I mean,
true.
I'll
they
sort
could
of-
be abusive, and I don't intend to be abusive, but
But you're here and you're ready to watch some really, really uneducated behavior.
I'm not going to be abusive with my first beer.
Oh my God. You've been doing woodwork, we heard.
Yes.
He built an awesome side table for my mom. He is going to install some bookcases next week. He's been doing the most. Right?
Yep.
Can I post some of the pictures of your stuff on the internet?
When it's finished, yeah.
Okay.
I'll be sending you some. I'll be taking all the pictures up in D Town when I get up there.
Okay. Give it a few beers, DC. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. One thing I will say, please don't use the word dumb. Okay?
I'm not agreeing to anything right now.
Okay, well, can you at least hear why we don't use it on my channel?
Okay, tell me why you don't use dumb.
Because it was used as an insult, and people who, it was used to describe people who weren't able to hear, so they were called dumb, and we don't use it when we don't use...
Oh, so if they can hear, I can't call them dumb. I have to say something else about them.
No, please stop being sarcastic. I'm trying to explain this to you. We don't use things that have traditionally been used for people that don't have fully abled bodies as words to describe behavior on my channel. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Am I butchering this? Can someone send me a lifeline? I'm just trying to explain why we don't do it. You can disagree and do something different. I'm just giving you the why behind why we don't do it.
Okay. All right.
That's all.
So I wouldn't use the word retarded because of the fact that it's got some connotations relative to mentally disabled people.
Yes. That's why
Okay.
we don't use we don't use words like that to describe something frustrating because of its context. That's all.
Okay, I'll make up new words.
Okay.
I'll make up new words.
Okay. I just wanted to
I thought you brought me on here for my commentary.
I do, but I'm just trying to. I'm trying to stick up to my dad. Okay, live chat. I'm doing my best. Just realize he's his own person, and it's different. Oh God, weren't able to speak. I'm sorry, Hannah. Not couldn't hear. Weren't able to speak.
It's
Okay.
The deaf thing is not hearing, and dumb is not being able to articulate words.
Yeah. So okay. All right.
So I guess I'm not going to talk about the things that I did when I was in high school.
No, you're
Acting.
not. You're not. No, you are not going to talk about any of that.
Inappropriate.
No
Okay.
story time.
All right.
No
All right, no-
story time.
Although I would argue that my stories are some of the more interesting commentary that we have.
That's true. I'm just okay. I'm
Yeah.
like starting to sweat.
I'd like to include arsonist as one of those words that we don't use about people.
Oh my god. Dude, this is XCAL, my father. We're genetically related, but he set a lot more things on fire than I have.
She thinks I'm her dad, but
Oh my
know,
god.
she does look a lot like the postman. That's all I got to say.
Oh my god. We literally have the same features. We are not responsible for your dad's misbehavior. We,
No,
on the
boy,
other
that's
hand, are living
exactly
for
right.
it. Okay, you just
Whatever. There's only so much you can do.
I know. I was just trying to
There's
tell
only so
you.
many guardrails you can put up around me.
Unfortunately, I don't think that I had the correct what is it when steel has enough weight to hold in a car that's about to veer off the side of a cliff? My guardrails were not. They're kind of like tunnel ladies lift system. No one did the math, and they break under any kind of pressure. So. We're two different people, okay, live chat?
That's right. Just get to get his mic muted.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I'm right next to her mic, so you'll still hear me.
I'll mute myself. I'll take one for the team. Dear God.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so nobody will be dumb. Nobody will be dumb. They'll all be intelligent.
No. We can say unintelligent or idiot or behavior's idiotic or it's okay. I don't want to have an argument.
Oh, I'm not arguing.
Okay. I know you're not arguing.
I'm agreeing.
Okay,
I
but
am
you're agreeing
totally
in an
agreeing.
Amelia Bedelia way.
Wait a minute now.
Oh God. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, jeez. All right. Let's just go ahead and
Mute both of you.
yeah. Pretty much. God, where's the? No, we got.
Oh, you actually have static on there that you can play.
Yeah, hold on. I've got this. Hold on. Wait. Why can't I hear that? Oh no, that's ducking. Hold on. Where's my sensor? I can't see anything. We've got crickets. I've got a sensor
now Mary thinks
somewhere.
I'm awesome, so I mean, come on.
Yeah, you've got Mary and Patricia as fans. That's it.
Yeah.
Where? Oh. This literally meets you out. So we're good.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
Just have your finger over there in the button a lot. That's all I got to say.
This whole back and forth intro thing is what people don't like in the comment section.
They don't like in the comment section. Well, tough luck.
Yeah.
Tell them to go find another channel then.
Yeah. Well, I did kind of lose it the other day on a comment. I was just like, well, then get out of here. And they were like, but I like your other stuff. And I was like, oh, no. Oh. Also, Wendy, our lawyer buddy, Wendy's at a new firm.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Oh, and Wendy likes you. I forgot. Wendy likes you. That's what Wendy is saying. Wendy also is here to support you. I think that all the live chat likes you. Just
Except for you. So basically, it's everyone except for you likes me. Is that what you're saying?
I do like you.
Okay.
I'm just
trying to clarify.
just don't run into the guardrails that I tried to construct with my lack of engineering knowledge. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm just doing my best.
I got you.
Okay, thank you. Thank
They don't
you.
want to be inarticulate and
Oh, look at all the people
unintelligent.
coming to your defense that they like you. I like you both. We love XCAL. Yay.
At this rate, I'm going to need another beer.
I know. I'll go get you one when it comes that time because I put you through so much turmoil right at the beginning.
This is hard. This is really, really hard.
Oh, my God.
I thought we were going to be here watching some lady covered with mud
Oh, my God.
trying to get a pump in her cellar so she can get rid of the water. So she lives in Virginia, right?
Yeah.
And they have basements there.
Yes.
So obviously there's people with technology around who understand how to build basements and
Yeah.
what to do and what not to do.
Right.
What
but-
did she just take a Texas pill and act like nobody builds basements there in Virginia? What is up with that?
But how are you going to go viral on TikTok if you don't have an engineering degree and won't get permits? And you
Yeah,
know?
it would hardly be fun if you're building it the right way. And that's a good point. I mean, who wants to watch that?
She does have a basement. She's trying to do
Get
an
XCAL
extra.
whiskey. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking
I
about.
don't think we have any whiskey left.
Son of a gun. I hate it when that happens.
Son of a biscuit eating bulldog. I hate when that happens.
Oh.
Digtown. Yep. Okay, here we go. I'm trying to put this up. I'm sorry.
You are so in control right now, DC.
I'm so
Man.
out of control.
I'm watching you. I'm in awe. I'm really in awe.
Okay. Let's see. I need to open this. No, I need to open this. And we're gonna do.
So this has been planned for weeks or maybe minutes. So DC walks into the garage, which is where I do all my my woodwork. And we have a 3-car garage, and I made it a mess. And so in the midst of that, she walks in. She says, "Hey, Dad, you want to be on the stream later on tonight at 8:00?" I'm like, "What? What are we doing? Are we having a Dresden stream? No." We're going to watch a knucklehead build a storm shelter. No. Her nuclear fallout shelter. No. Her Hamas tunnel. No. What?
Nothing.
Am I not supposed to say Hamas?
No, you can say that. I'm
Oh,
just.
can I do it like Ben Shapiro? Hamas?
Oh God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. Yeah. Oh, and we ended up though. I'm sorry. Keep talking.
No. I'm quiet now.
We left off the other day. Oh, you were telling a story. I'm sorry, I got distracted. I go in and I say, "Hey, you want to stream? Not Dresden." He's like, "Is it going to be interesting?"
Yes, exactly right.
I said-
I don't want to watch 4 hours of that guy we watched that one time. Oh my God,
Twin
that was
Flames?
horrible. No, the Twin Flames was actually pretty creepy but interesting.
Yeah.
No, the guy with before that, I can't remember his name. He was utterly forgettable.
Oh, Tyler.
Utterly forgettable.
Tyler.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But sneaking into the Zoom call was fun. Remember the follow-up for one of his underlings who gets a commission when they recruit somebody?
Yeah, but the
Who
point
was flirting with you? Drop a 1 in the chat if you think she was flirting with XCAL.
She was
I'm
not
dropping a 1.
flirting with
I'm dropping
XCAL.
a 1 in the chat. Just ignore him. It was definitely
She
flirtage.
wasn't flirting with me.
Yes, she
we only
was.
went out on 2 dates after that.
Oh
Come
my
on.
God. Oh my God. Oh, okay, so I go in. You pick up the story. I go in. I ask, and you say, "What are we going to be reacting to?" Go ahead. Tell the rest of the story.
And so DC says, "Oh, we're going to be watching the tunnel lady, the TikTok tunnel lady." And of course, she had told me about this knucklehead on TikTok who's building a nuclear fallout shelter, and all of the misadventures that she's had, which was pretty funny. It wasn't dumb at all. It was entertaining. How's that?
Thank you.
Yes.
No. I mean, it was all. I mean, he was
It was-
boring and wildly
And so-
unscientific, but yes.
And then she told me that she said, "We have 50 videos to go through." And immediately I thought to myself, I'm thinking, there's no way that I'm going to sit there and watch 50 videos from some Yahoo in Virginia trying to do something that she doesn't know squat about doing.
Oh my God.
And I'm thinking to myself, okay, not only am I not going to watch it, I really can't imagine all of you, the people in chat, all the people that are tuning in now, watching 50 videos of this. So I'm thinking we have to find interesting videos, and we'll laugh our asses off about that. But if it's going to be a Tyler repeat, I'm done.
No, this is very
Okay.
Yahoo is an excellent insult. XCAL. They love that.
Thank you.
They love that.
Well, I'm sophisticated and worldly, and definitely rising above my dumber days. What can I say?
Oh my God, XCAL. Okay, just these are interesting. It's basically like watching, something that you just can't look away from.
Yeah, it's like watching a car wreck. I get it.
So they're interesting.
People going through their front windshield and hitting a tree. I get that.
YouTube, this is an unsafe video for people because the language.
It's like watching me on my table saw.
That is true.
You're just waiting.
Whenever I hear him working, I'm just like, okay, what if something bad happens to his fingers? How fast can I go help him? And I have my phone with me so I can call 911.
She's so prepared. Oh,
just
I love
a worst
my daughter.
case.
I love my daughter.
I'm just. I just want to know. Like what the worst case scenario.
No, we don't even want to think about the worst case scenario. Although there are a couple times when I'm working on my router table that I have visions of my 3 horsepower router getting going crazy on my hand.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Yep.
He won't bleed to death if he loses a finger. He'll be fine.
As long as I don't lose the right finger. Oh.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to go there.
You already went there.
I've turned over a new leaf. This is the kinder,
geez.
gentler XCAL. I'm going to be nice and wise and very understanding. How's that?
I'll see it. I'll believe it when I see it.
Some
Yes.
music with birds
Here.
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Tweet, 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 tweet.
Hold on.
Maybe play a little bit of The Wizard of Oz.
Where's my
Somewhere
There.
over the rainbow,
just keep singing. It's okay.
way up high.
Yes, the one from the peace sign, right? Yeah. They're talking your ability to.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. Okay, this is the first video she ever posted. I'm just going to scroll. You see this little box right here, XCAL? You see this one?
Yes.
You see all these? This is her entire TikTok account. We got about halfway through last time. But I'm going to play a couple of important ones for you.
Okay. Bring me up to speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me close these out because I want to just be able to hit a space
We need
bar.
to send a message to Mrs. XCAL to get me another beer.
Undo.
She's probably listening. Poor
She
thing
couldn't
can't
find.
even walk around, and I'm sending her on an alcohol run. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
I am about to embark on a new and complex project. I'm planning.
Oh no, it's not doing it.
Stupid what? What did it say?
Hold on. It keeps messing up. We're gonna have to open these every time. All right, never mind. I was able to just press the space bar last time, but it's not gonna let me do it.
I am about to embark on a new and complex project. I'm planning to construct a
I don't know
storm
what she said.
shelter off the side of my basement. It's going to take a very long time, a lot of engineering, and a lot of
So she is
planning
getting it
and
engineered.
work to make it happen, and I will be posting updates. The shelter itself will be cut into this wall here. I will need to measure out the dimensions of the door and start cutting through the reinforced concrete blocks. This is off the side of my bunker home office. I will have to move all my equipment upstairs.
She works, I think, down in her basement for fear of some thing happening. So she used to work in the basement with her cinder block setup before
Gotcha.
she started.
Needed to go deeper. She needs to go further underground.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So she has a bunch of phobias that she's dealing with to begin with, obviously.
Well, yeah, maybe some phobias and lack of the ability to think through things because she thinks that she's.
Well, no, come on now. She said she was going to have it engineered, so that implies that she's going to go to an engineering firm and get plans done and determine whether or not she's cutting through like a support wall for her house. Make sure that that doesn't happen, and do things by code. I'm sure that's what's going to happen. So, is the next video where she goes down to the county office and gets her permits for it?
No, there's actually a plot twist. So
There's a what?
There's a plot twist. There's a plot twist. So we're only going to watch a couple of the first ones because we're midway through this when she's building.
Okay. I don't want to be boring everybody trying to get up to speed, and it's going to be a little bit like kindergarten for me.
That's okay.
I'm not very
smart.
smart.
Oh my God.
For at least a few weeks while this project is starting. Then
She's been digging for 2 years
I'm
now.
going to need to build a ramp, a wooden ramp, to go up to that window behind the green screen. At the other side of the window, which is about 14 feet below ground, we will need to construct a crane and a bucket to get all of the rubble out of here and to put it into a trailer or truck. This project is going to be enormously expensive and have zero return on investment. It's something that I wanted to do, and
that's not right. It's not going to have zero return on investment. It's going to have a negative return on investment. So what she's going to be doing is taking value away from her home because she's creating an unsafe environment, and it's going to cost her money fighting with the city or the county or whoever the permitting authority is going to be, because I'm sure she's not going to get a permit for this.
Correct. So that was the first video.
Okay. So we're already down looking up.
Yes.
Yes. She's going to build a ramp to clear the rubble. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like some of the World War II stories of guys caught in concentration camps and they're trying to dig their way out. And so they're hiding the dirt literally and dropping it out of their pockets while they walk around so that the guards won't see them.
Yeah.
Getting rid of all of literally the excavation they're doing while they're building these tunnels, trying to escape these prison camps. That's what it sounds like. News just in, you live in Virginia, it's okay to go next door. You don't have to go underground to do that.
You're going to be surprised.
She is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, I'm telling you. I don't even have to see any more videos. I know she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
I'm Canadian. We don't believe in permits. We just apologize excessively after the fact.
As evidenced by all the truckers that got thrown under the bus by Trudeau.
God. Could you imagine walking through it at an open house? Can you imagine this?
Yeah. and here's the basement, and yes, that tunnel over there and all the dirt and the mud and the water leads to a very attractive storm shelter.
Yeah. And we didn't mess up the structural integrity of the house at all.
If Virginia gets nuked, it's not going to matter. Your little storm shelter is not going to matter. We're just in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think she's trying to go deep enough where she would be safe.
What, China? She's going to dig through the center of the earth and go to China?
Well, maybe. How deep would you have to go to be safe from a nuclear attack?
Well, technically, you have to ask yourself, what's going to happen in the fallout? Where's the food going to come from? Where's the water going to come from? Where's the electricity going to come from? Oh, wait, all that stuff is gone.
Right.
You don't have any kind of infrastructure anymore. It's been nuked.
So all of her wiring and the water and everything and the plastic air.
Good point. Apparently she has plenty of water down in her storm shelter.
Correct.
So
yes,
as long as she can figure out a way to purify that, she'll have water.
That's right. Why didn't she think of that?
She's a genius.
Oh,
she's not inarticulate and unable to communicate. She's a genius.
Oh my God. Wouldn't
I
she
didn't
get
say
buried?
the word though. Dun, dun, dun.
Pat yourself on the back, but try not to pull a muscle,
Man,
okay?
Well, Mrs. XCAL just rubbed all that tiger balm on my back today because I was sore.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to
it
know.
felt
Stop.
so good.
Why? Oh my God.
You have a little soft romantic music over there. Press that button.
No.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
No, this is the music I've got. XCAL.
Whatever.
Get away from me.
Haters gonna hate. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, jeez.
We're not even through the first video. God bless. I think I need another beer.
Did you already
I'll be
finish
right
your
back.
first one?
It's all gone. We've been talking for
Okay,
like
go.
35 minutes. Come on.
Okay. So,
How long? No, stop. How long are we into the stream for? What time is it right now?
37 minutes.
37.
This
What
is
did I say?
Yes, you're right.
Oh, I'm so good. Oh yeah. 35
Oh my
minutes.
God.
Bam.
Here, watch this video first, then go get your beer. Because then I can find where we're at.
Okay, fine.
All right.
Is this where the tunnel collapses? I want to see some interesting stuff.
I don't know.
I want to watch her
on.
using her rock saw to cut through the concrete blocks there
Hey,
and,
new
and cut through a
update.
beam on her house.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
4 hours later, we have the dimensions of the door for the storm shelter marked out.
Awesome.
And have cleared out all the furniture and equipment and papers and stuff from the basement.
Oh, got a little.
What we have remaining
circular
is
stairway
covered
there?
with plastic.
Cool.
She installed that herself because she wants to live in a castle. So,
They're very impractical. I
Yes.
looked at some for some homes that I was designing, and they're super impractical.
And now we are going to need to build the lift outside of the window
The
to
lift.
lift up all the dirt and rocks.
yeah.
She's going to build an elevator? Is that what
Yeah,
she said?
she welds in a little elevator thing, and that's what ends up. She also. Well, we'll have to show you that video too because it's really bad.
What if she just build a little ramp and hire all these migrants that are getting in?
Oh my God. Okay,
You
get
know,
away from
I
me.
mean, Abbott's trying to send him somewhere. Maybe they can send him to her house.
She was. Oh my God, get away from me! You're being so. You're
I know,
just. Oh
obnoxious.
God, you're.
Can I say?
Get away. Just go get a beer. Go get a
Okay,
beer.
fine.
Get away.
I'll be right
Go get a
back.
beer. God. Just ignore my father, okay? Can you let Champy out with you? He's hiding under the table. You want to go out?
He doesn't want to go.
Okay.
He's loving the dialogue.
Oh my God.
He's like, yeah.
My father. My dad literally is going to burn my channel down. We obviously have different ideas about things. I think the fire chief has a real 9 to 5, not a real 9, she has a 9 to 5 now and has to get actual sleep and not keep my channel from burning down. So we're just going to be stuck. We don't get to choose him. That's true. He's mostly a good egg. And then he's talking to my mom about how much fun he's having out there. He loves streaming. You got enough alcohol? You might need another one.
Well, at the rate we're going, we're only going to watch 2 videos anyway. So.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. Here we go. I just need to get. You know what we'll do? Hold on. Let me make this smaller because I want to be able to just press my space bar. So let me make this smaller.
What does making that smaller have to do with pressing your space bar?
Well, I need to make this window smaller so it captures the. So when I go like this, hold on. When I go like this, it.
Does she do all the stuff herself?
Yeah, with the help of her,
Minions?
well, she took kind of advantage of the people who were living around her because they didn't have the proper paperwork, so they were afraid to go to
So-
the police.
You were yelling at me about migrants. That's what she's doing.
I know. Okay.
She's targeting undocumented aliens. Sweet.
Oh my God, Dad.
Cutting the door, part 1.
Hold on, let me pause this,
Cutting
and then I can get the
Cutting the
correct.
door, part 1. Yes, good for you. What's this? What are these cables doing under here? What do you mean the whole neighborhood doesn't have power?
XCAL is a poke the bear type of person. You are correct.
Oh, God. She's a dope.
Oh my God.
I don't need any plans for this. I'm just going to wing it.
Hey, Harper. Yeah. I was just thinking, like, you spend time laying the foundation and the structure of your house. So these cinder blocks are kind of important because the rest of your home is resting on them. And she's just willy-nilly cutting through 'em.
Arbitrarily cutting through them
Yes.
as if nothing matters.
Not the Makita grinder to get through this block. I mean,
Really? Yeah.
Al Trucker's going to lose it.
Can you go down to Home Depot and get me?
No, Amazon. She orders her stuff from Amazon.
It goes down to Harbor Freight.
And she does go to Harbor Freight. She does go to Harbor
great.
Oh my God. Okay, here we go. We're good to go now.
What do they mean it's only rated a 2.3? This is wonderful. And then I bring it back after I'm done and I tell them I don't like it.
Yeah. A hoe ram would help her a lot. Yes, I'm sure, Al. Secret tunnel. Oh my God. Okay, here we go.
the door, part 1.
So she hasn't talked to an engineer at all about any of this stuff.
Correct.
What an idiot. Is that another word I can't use?
No, you can say it is fine.
Okay.
It's just
What an unintelligent human being. This is unbelievable. And look at the little grinder she has. Look at the little saw she has. It's like a little baby saw.
Al's like, and also the worst kind of tools.
My
Yes.
God.
Yes.
This is terrible. It's like,
Speeding up the video to save time.
yes. 12 days later, I finally cut the blocks out.
Her blade doesn't even go in deep enough to cut the blocks the first time.
After carving the vertical
It's like I
cuts,
saw you use
it's
for
time to
macrame
chip
or
the
something like that. Are you serious?
Yeah, she doesn't have the correct tools
Oh
at
my God,
all.
that's great. That little baby saw that she's out there trying to cut through.
Yeah, load bearing wall, we don't know you. Yep.
remaining concrete.
We're ruining XCAL.
Oh my God. Look at this. You know,
Shawshank Redemption on a budget. You
here's
know?
the good news. Here's the good news. At least she didn't think about using explosives down there.
Did she say something about dynamite in one of her videos? I think she did.
God, blood. This lady she's dangerous. If I were living in her neighborhood, I'd move away.
Oh, God.
It can't be that hard. Men use this all the time.
Oh my gosh, Ashley. This has been a joy to listen to, trying to put my baby to sleep, trying so hard not to laugh and wake him up.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, jeez.
She's
In one of her
gonna-
videos, she does say she wanted some dynamite for something to make it easier.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, ma'am, you can't even keep water out of your tunnels, so I don't think you get to use dynamite.
Well, it doesn't matter.
She doesn't care.
She doesn't care.
She doesn't
and
care.
Frankly, since she's not pulling permits, it really isn't a problem.
Yeah. Yep.
Look at her. 3 weeks later, she finally gets through. Unbelievable. Not even a clue. It's amazing. She dresses herself in the morning.
So she has this now. And Al said this was the wrong type of deal for it too.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm not going to profess that I know everything about that, but yeah. Look at this. Good
She gets it
Lord.
stuck,
Wait,
and then
did
she
I
has
get
to
the
chisel it
jackhammer
out.
stuck?
This would be like trying to get one of these little tabletop saws off of Temu,
Oh my god!
and then trying to cut an 8-quarter walnut board with it.
Yes.
It's like, lady, do you understand what you're trying to do? But now I take it that she's not married.
Are you about?
Because if she is and her husband lets her do this, he's an idiot. He's a dumbass.
Oh my god! Well,
This woman doesn't need to be near power tools. She doesn't need to be near power tools.
Oh my god! Well, I mean, yeah, because she makes really bad decisions with them. It's just.
Good night.
Who needs a permit when you have the confidence of a middle-aged white man? I mean, that's what they said. I'm just reading the comments. She did get her TikTok money,
as an
though.
Arab, I'm offended by that remark.
Oh my god!
Well, technically, I'm not middle-aged. I'm old. So,
God. All right, here is.
cutting the door part 2.
Okay, so you get the idea. That's her waterproof
I
lining.
still have so long to go.
Oh my god.
Oh. She's married to her Kango hammer, you know. Yeah, she doesn't have city permits. You think she cares about what her husband has to say? Good point, Karina. Okay, so anyways,
We don't need this. We don't need this.
reverb, whatever. We just
Finally, the opening in the wall is complete. Now it is time to cut the waterproof membrane
So
and
let's
see what is
support
behind the
the
wall.
opening so that it has
she's not gonna support the opening. Sorry, no support for the opening. No steel header or whatever you call them. Nothing. She doesn't do anything.
Wow.
She is going to. She is going to. What is it called when you fit? When she's gonna
because
put.
she's got blocks above there. What? It's not going to come down.
We just got a house up there. How heavy can that be?
We've never heard about tunnels collapsing before and people being buried underground.
Yep. The dimpled membrane is more of a mechanical barrier to allow airflow and protection for the waterproofing. Yeah, Al knows all the stuff because this lady isn't saying it. She needs to be banned.
She doesn't give a shit about that. She doesn't care about that. She wants to go to Home Depot and find another tool, which I kind of connect with her. I mean, I like going to Home Depot and buying new toys. So
I'm sure. I know you do.
Her.
I know you do.
Oh look!
Oh my god!
I need a $1,200 track saw. Come on!
Why does she use music fit for a TV murder mystery? I mean, because it's a.
Because we're waiting for when she's gonna die. It is a murder mystery. The question is, when is she gonna die?
The fact that she's lucked out this far with her stuff is wild.
Is only it is a God. He loves idiots. He does. He loves people that have no concept of why they're even alive on earth. And he has favor. There's grace and there's mercy for them.
Yeah.
As is obvious by this, because she doesn't have a clue to what she's doing.
Yeah. Also, Al is saying this is Inside Out. whoever
They
did
put it backwards.
yeah.
Well, construction. There's a surprise. Someone did something wrong.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Are you kidding me?
Hannah also said she says at one point she doesn't like Home Depot. She prefers Amazon and Harbor Freight. So
Freight. Yes, they're cheaper. Yes, all those good tools at Harbor Freight.
Yep.
Although, in fairness, my the Bremen clamps that I get at Harbor Freight,
Yeah.
the Bremen parallel clamps are amazing. They're really good. They really are good. And there are a couple things at Harbor Freight that are worth buying, but boy, a lot of it's just junk. That's okay.
yeah.
That's all right.
Yep. So I'm just trying to give XCAL a couple of the like, holy crap, what's going on?
This is hilarious.
And
oh my
'cause
god.
There's and we're gonna get to see her little
Yes,
air
your
thing
home
she
is
makes.
worth $8.
I don't even think $8.
You've totally taken out your foundation. It has no support. Yes. You have an $8 home.
Oh my god.
So is Al the construction guy that you
Yeah.
talked about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Al, I don't claim to know a bunch about construction other than to know when I see people that don't know anything about construction, and I'm looking at one of them now.
Here we go.
Water buildup. There could be a lot of loose
What could
rock.
what
I'm
could
not
be bad about
exactly
this?
sure until I cut it open.
I don't
At
know
this
until
point,
I cut it
I
open.
see that it is pretty dry, and that's really a good sign because there was previously a lot of moisture going through this wall.
That's okay,
And I
honey,
was
just
concerned
wait.
that there may be plenty of water here, but it doesn't appear to be the case.
You
And-
have a sump pump.
And frankly, we weren't worried about it because we're just pulling the stuff down anyways.
That's true, but also you have a sump pump. Isn't that what it's for? To pull water away from your foundation of your home?
It's designed to take water out of wet areas in the basement. Now, having said that, it's not designed to deal with a flood.
That's true, but she also bought this pump off of Amazon and puts it in the water that fills up her tunnel, and then she puts the
What a
excess water
dope.
into her sump pump. So her sump pump's probably going to go out because it's overworking.
Well, she's
Oh, sumps can do many things. That's true, Al. And water and dirt underground, who knew? You now owe your neighbors $100 million hairs. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
wow.
As I continue cutting, I noticed that there is a lot of hardened concrete that was poured along with the backfill gravel
Yeah,
behind
that-
the wall.
Wonder
And
what
that
that
is
was for.
something that I'm going to have to cut out. But nothing that can't be accomplished.
That's right. We can get rid of that stuff. It's called demolition. Yes. If you want to take care of your house, you can do that. I'm really good with the Wonder Bar. I really am.
Oh my God.
We can take care of that. There's some concrete here and some rebar. We'll just have to get rid of that because it's in the way.
Yeah. So I'll just watch the screen. You'll see kind of the like the progression of the bad. This is when she breaks her tool. This is what. Oh, hold on. This is hilarious. She needs to change out this plug so that she can plug in her.
Holy sh! Are you kidding me?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Hold on. Oh, undo.
I have an extra dryer outlet, and I thought I would replace it with one that is compatible with my welder. My welder plug looks like this, which is odd.
I'm
And it
really
doesn't
encouraged
fit
with
for
her
this
using
one.
a welder.
I got this.
because
She has to make her elevator for the 1,000 pounds of rock that she's gonna pull up the side of her house. So
Are you kidding me?
she said, but did you hear what
She's
she
gonna build it herself?
Yeah, she welds it herself.
Oh Jesus!
Okay, here we go.
Outlet should work, but I need to figure out how to replace this with this. Now the instructions in the back says that I should use a 2-gang fixture.
What does
like
that
this.
mean?
So maybe I have to replace this with this, but I don't really like having so much current inside of a metal box. First step is to cut the power to the house.
Nah, don't turn it
This
off.
is what it looks like inside
Just
the
walk
outlet
around
case.
it.
I managed to get the old box off. Even better, I found a plastic two-gang case. I think you're supposed to break these tabs out. I'm going to try to do that one. Oh, that was not hard at all.
No, it's not supposed to be hard.
Oh, and she does the welding inside her house. Just FYI.
I'm stuck again. I can't cut it.
Oh, Jesus.
It's too thick.
Why are you using that thing? Why would you want to make? I have a question. Now I haven't replaced outlets like this, but whenever I'm switching out a light or a fan that I've done when I've lived in other places, I don't want less cord when I'm normally everything's too short. So why is she trying to cut the wires?
Sweetheart, she's digging through her foundation right now. Why she's doing anything is beyond either one of us.
Oh
And if we try to explain that to the people that are watching, we'll become stupider.
Yeah, I know a couple of these are repeats because we're trying to get XCAL up to date. But yes, she needs to see. She needs to.
Wow.
We need to see this.
I'll be honest. I am stunned that she hasn't electrocuted herself by now.
Yeah, I think I mean, live chat was the first time we
Or
watched this.
driven a piece of rebar through her foot or whatever the case might be.
Yeah.
She is a dope.
Okay. Here's the
Now,
next one.
in her
It
defense,
is another day and back to installing the weld.
Yeah,
in
sorry.
her defense, she's about making it happen. She's about
Yes.
wanting to get things done. The
Correct.
problem is that when you lack knowledge, really the first thing you should do is to talk to people that know what the F they're doing.
Yeah.
Because
She reads books though,
oh, good.
and she watches YouTube videos.
Oh, great. She needs to watch a little bit more of the electrician videos. Maybe some of the videos where they show people dying from improperly wired and improperly handled outlets and things like that. That would be good.
Yeah.
Because she needs to have some genuine fear of what she's doing right now, and she doesn't.
Yeah. Let me go.
I just got back from the steel shop back to installing
here we
the
go.
welder
Also,
outlet.
what was she getting fabricated?
She's fabricating her elevator. She's not getting it fabricated. She's the fabricator.
No way. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you. We're gonna watch that. But this is the rest of her electrical outlet journey. She got the correct.
You can't make this shit up.
I know you can't.
You cannot make this stuff. If someone said, "Hey, I want to do a movie about this," people would say, "No, that's so unrealistic. Come on, dude. There's no way that anybody would be that inarticulate."
Yeah. Yeah. She could have rented a
I'm
conveyor.
so proud of myself for being so aware and cognizant of my language. Oh, we need to have little birds chirping and stuff like that.
There you go.
Yes, exactly.
I got a new tool.
Oh, great.
It is called lineman's pliers.
I'm going to go
Again,
cut some
the first step
wire.
is to turn off the power. I watched some videos on YouTube, and I think I will be using the metal box. Let's see if I'm able to cut the wire this time.
Why would you want to cut it?
Oh, very easy.
Yes.
With the right tool, any job becomes an easy job.
Yeah, no.
The white goes with the green colored screw, and the other two, I don't think it matters. Black and red will go in these golden ones. Everything about this is unnecessarily difficult and complicated. I tried making the wire go through the side area. I cut my finger. It wouldn't fit. Now I'm going through the back and I'm trying to figure out how to get this copper wire around the this green screw.
I think she hoped for the best.
A half hour later, still fighting the green screw.
Honey, hire an electrician.
Success.
Just do yourself a favor. Just hire an electrician.
I think then she would risk someone to come and ask her what she wants to plug in.
The problem is she can't hire an electrician because the electrician would see that she's working on an unpermitted issue and he couldn't help her. He'd say, "Ma'am, I'm sorry, but I can't work on this because you don't have a permit for this."
Yeah. Could she not have just switched the cord on her welder like I did for my dryer?
Oh God. Oh God.
I think probably not. But she does when she breaks, when her extension cord catches on fire, she cuts it and then she just extends it to another cord.
Okay.
With her wires.
What could be bad about that?
Yeah. So
Good.
yeah.
Okay. And did she like wrap it up in paper tape or something like that?
God. It was bad.
That black tape costs too much
This is
money.
like whack-a-mole. Every time I get one of these in the hole, the other one pops out. The red
No,
one
it's
is
called
already
whack an
torqued,
idiot is
and
what
it's
it is.
coming out. The wires are so stiff that even getting these to line up is like I'm getting murdered.
Gee. It's almost like it's
And now it's done.
something
All I
that
need
somebody
to do
else should be
is
doing.
mount it.
She did it.
Oh, she did it.
0 out of 10, wouldn't recommend, wouldn't do it again.
We can only hope. Okay, so this is her elevator project. Then we'll go to, because if y'all are like, what about the other videos? You can watch the first stream. The elevator one is important for you to watch.
Okay.
Also, when her stuff breaks. When it
I
breaks.
get to laugh about this one
Yes,
too. huh?
yes.
Okay.
Material needed to fabricate my elevator minecart. I got a bit for my jackhammer.
Oh, Jesus.
I think it will fit. And also a spline shank drill bit. I'm not exactly sure of the diameter, but I got it for a good price and it should be useful.
How do you know?
I also got 40 feet of angle iron.
Sweet.
Angle
What
steel
gauge?
20.
Got some
Does she know?
18 gauge steel sheet
18 gauge.
that costed almost $300.
For what? What is she going to use that 18 gauge steel for?
Her elevator for the rocks. Breaking XCAL here. We are breaking XCAL. It's a 3/4 inch. See, Al knows the answers that our tunnel lady doesn't have. It's bad.
Hey. I will be using the angle iron in order to make
Stop
a-
this for just a second.
Okay.
This is like mom seeing something and says, "Oh, your father can do this," and then deciding that she's going to do it herself. That's what it's like.
Hey, be nice to
At least
Mom.
your mother knows enough to schlop it off on me because I'm going to be doing the work, and I'll know if there's an area that I'm not that. Oh my God, this lady is just. I'm amazed that she's put out 50 videos. I'm amazed that she's still alive today. I'm amazed that she's still alive today with all the dumb stuff inarticulate stuff that she's doing, with all of the just off the wall wacko stuff that she's doing. That she's still alive today is a testimony to the fact that God loves people that don't have brains.
Yes, but at least, I mean, Mom would never do any of this shit.
No, what I'm saying is she's like a combination of mom and then an alien that says, "Oh, that's a good idea. I'll do that myself."
Yeah, she deserves medals, not medals. Yes, 150 plus videos. We watched like 80 of them the other day. So she's made even more than you think. So
I don't think I have enough beer.
You just have to order.
Okay, when I'm done with the beer, we're done.
No, we're not done. We're not done.
Yes, we are.
No.
A reinforced frame and then the sheet metal for the sides, hoping that the capacity should be over 1,000 pounds of.
Okay,
You know-
so how do you freaking know what the capacity is?
Math. You freaking go to school for it, so you learn about all
She's
that
a
stuff.
software engineer. She doesn't know anything about
No,
weights
there's
and
a whole bit of-
elevators and stuff like that. She knows nothing about construction. She's cutting through her freaking foundation wall right now with a spoon and a knife from Harbor Freight, and then is going to talk about capacity for her elevator. She doesn't know anything about this stuff. Come on, dude.
Dirt and rock.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. Next one. NPC. No, she. Here we go.
Can we jump to the part where the county the county constables come by and
then she makes a reenactment of it and acts out like what happened, because that did happen.
oh, did it really?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not
Oh,
kidding you.
that's lit. We need to watch that.
Okay, we will. Okay, hold on.
Oh, jeez.
Undo.
I am going to weld a mine elevator cart for my basement project
Cool.
She's welding inside her house.
using sheet metal and angle iron per the scale model that I created first. I am fabricating in my laundry room, so space is very tight.
So this is going to be outside. Why is she fabricating it in her freaking laundry room?
I don't know.
So she can fight her way through a door to bring the stuff outside. This is going to be outside.
I know.
It's not going to be inside. Why are you fabricating it in her laundry room, you knucklehead?
Oh, wait, what? Oh, we got a super chat. $10 from Chantel. It's for your beer money. That's so sweet.
We just sent some money to her to pay for medical bills.
Oh my god.
Thank you for the beer money. Thank you.
That's super kind. Thank you so much. I think we're gonna break XCAL though.
The new outlet is working very well.
Oh, good.
A lot of wonderful spicy amps.
Okay.
Elevator minecart fabrication. Part 2. Working on the door. We got it mostly done. Just need to drill a hole through the sides. And we'll put a rod through it so that the door can hinge on that rod.
Okay.
I now have the door set exactly where it should be.
Good.
Little gap near the top where it pivots.
Hey,
and
look,
then the
you're not going to get a
pivot
permit
rod
for this,
is
so it
going
doesn't
to go
matter.
right through there.
I don't know if the new outlet is grounded properly. Rescue Ninja. I have no idea.
Yeah, we don't need to be asking those questions.
Yeah. And Marissa said, I don't think insurance covers idiotic DIY tunnel
No,
accidents.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. There's nothing that's covered under insurance for this stuff.
Oh yeah, they were welded a bit cold because her whatever the canister that she has, the gauges are broken on it. So she just taps it and hopes for the best with it. So yes, they probably were welded a bit cold.
Hey, kudos to this lady. I mean, she's doing a bunch of stuff that she's never done before and figuring it out for herself. And so, I don't want to sound like I'm just being a hater. I mean, she's rolling her sleeves up and figuring things out. Unfortunately, she's not figuring out the important stuff.
Like safety and
Like
permits
engineering and
yeah.
structural support and, all the things that go into keeping it safe and she's digging under her freaking foundation.
Yeah. Yep.
Come on, dude. I need to get Lukey. I need to get him. I need to get a little soundbite. Work
I've
on
been
that.
trying to set up the drill press, but having trouble.
On top of her
Well,
washer.
it's a tabletop.
The spindle
Yeah.
comes down not where I want it to pivot. I really want it to go there, but the base is in the way. Sometimes the best ideas don't go according to plan. It turns out I was able to reverse the press. We are in business.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If you are welding and why would you want to go through your weld? Like, why wouldn't you want to put the rod that your door is going to hinge on so that you don't mess up the integrity of your weld line?
I'm not a welder, but I
Okay.
will tell you that from a welding perspective, drilling it after the fact,
It's fine because it's already all melted and
I would
everything.
yeah.
Okay.
You've created ideally a seamless product or a seam product, as the case might be.
Yep.
But putting the holes in after the fact is certainly something that I know from if I were building something and I needed to build a structure and then put holes in there when the structure's finished,
Yeah.
that wouldn't, from a wood perspective, you wouldn't think
Okay.
twice about it. And I don't think from a metal perspective you would either.
Gotcha.
That's not that's not necessarily something I'm going to have a heart attack about. Frankly, I'm not having a heart attack about any of this stuff. I'm just
You're surprised.
thinking it comical that she's still alive.
Yep.
Go for it.
Yep.
What is her name
First
again?
hole is
Oh, Kayla, I think.
Kayla. Of course it is.
done. Sometimes I feel just stupid. The half-inch bit which I need to use is a lot bigger than the smaller one, and I need to raise this up. I do not have enough clearance. That's going to be a little bit of work. Back in business. And now it's done.
She's still working on it inside her house.
Why didn't no one? Maybe because you didn't freaking ask.
Yeah. Why did no one tell me that building a tunnel is going to wreck my house? That fabricating in the house ruins the house. People did tell you in the comments. People did tell you, lady. Like literally, they told you.
I need to get better at mechanical design. This latch mechanism took me 5-6 different mental iterations and 8 hours of thinking before I designed it. Isn't it satisfying? The door latch will fit in this loop, and this eye bolt is adjustable. In case I need to make it tighter or looser, I should be able to adjust these.
Okay. I just want to watch the part where she like breaks her stuff, and then we'll go.
Okay. We can jump ahead. I've got an
First,
impression
I'm
of
trying to lift
the level of intelligence we're dealing with. Go
You
ahead.
can
She's
have a
smart.
concept in your
Yeah.
mind, but until it's built and tested in the physical world, there's no way to know whether it will work or not. I hope this is going to be able to carry at least 1,000 pounds.
Look at that chain.
We
Look
got
how thin
the
that
lift
chain is.
final-
Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I was shaking my head. And
Oh, dang it. Oh, come on.
You can have a concept in your mind, but until it's built and tested in the physical
Look how
world,
thin the chain
there's no
is.
way to know whether it will work or not. I hope this is going to be able to carry at least 1,000 pounds. We got the lift finally set up and aligned, and we're going to test it and see if it
now,
works.
here's the thing: you can actually buy chain based on
How much
the
weight?
load it will take.
Maybe it didn't say that on the Amazon order though, XCAL.
Well, I want to watch this. This is going to be funny.
Well, it doesn't break on this one. It breaks on a different one.
Down at the bottom of the shaft, and unfortunately this is... Now it is a third filled for a test. So far, the hoist, cable, box, and main beam are all supporting the weight without any trouble. I think this is going to work well. There are a couple of minor kinks that need to be worked out before we can use the box. One is it is swinging a little bit and rotating in the shaft, which is going to be hard to control without some sort of tracks. And also need to design a hopper so that when the hatch opens up, that all the rock will dump into the bed of a truck. Fixing it with this.
Oh, God.
So I'm trying to lift the collapsed beam today, and I'm doing it by myself. I set up a temporary crane in the attic with a steel bar which was tethered to a counterweight made out of cinder blocks. The steel rod rests on a 4x4 fulcrum and is already starting to bend from the weight.
She just crunched it with the window.
In
Oh my
the
God.
upstairs floor.
This is so awesome.
That is holding on to the beam. And then the other side of the
Oh
rope
my God,
is
this is
connected
awesome.
to the truck.
You can't
I
make
am
this stuff up.
also setting up counterweights on both sides of the beam to be able to lift it in place. I'm about halfway up.
Her counterweights are just old
Right now,
cinder
I'm
block.
going to tie these to this cable really tight.
Sure.
And lock it in place, and then drop down this counterweight
Just drop it down there.
to put a little bit more support on this side of the beam. An hour later, it is almost up. I just have 2.5 feet more to go, and that will be the hardest.
All right. That's
And now it's done.
okay. So that's you get the energy of the awfulness of what we're doing. So her everything ends up breaking.
Oh, God.
Oh, here, this is hilarious though.
right.
Ready?
I just got back in town after a few days Christmas travel, and the storm shelter is filling with water. The water
got an indoor
looks
swimming
dark and
pool.
terrible
Oh,
like sewer
joy.
water. I better start pumping. I seriously need to get a new hose.
This hose keeps filling up with like sediment.
Fortunately, the pump started
And
right up
clogging.
without any issues. You know what? I'm fed up with adjusting this every time, so I'm going to use my backup wire cutters to cut this once and for all.
Look,
Now that the hose is no longer obstructed with a kink, the water is flowing much more freely into the main central sump system. After an hour of pumping, the water level is dropping. 2 hours later. Now it's 8:54 and finally pumped out.
Jeez, what a
Okay.
train wreck.
so okay, here's where you can see this. So this is what she's
As
done so
we've been
far.
excavating the storm shelter, the geology and layers of rock have been very interesting.
Okay, this one's not. And you see how deep
I've
it
been
is?
having.
Hold on. Here you go.
We have started excavating a branch tunnel which leads to the entrance of phase 2 of the storm shelter. Unfortunately, the rock in this direction is especially hard, and the vibrations from breaking it are transmitting to the surface. Although we are 20 feet below ground, the vibration is quite significant and likely affecting the neighbors. We don't want any complaints, so I'm going to stop excavating in that direction for now. We've been accumulating rock in the sub-basement again since the ground outside is wet and muddy. I left my jousting pick in the corner and it got stuck like the sword in the stone. Eventually got it out. Getting ready to make a fresh batch of concrete.
Okay, hold on.
I can see why you guys like this.
Yeah.
This is hilarious.
Yep, hazardous gases are always a concern when working in a confined space, or especially underground. I use this multi-gas detector to make sure that the air is safe for breathing, and it measures the concentration of common gases that you might find in a mine environment, including combustive gases, carbon
for what she
monoxide,
does.
oxygen, and hydrogen sulfide. Any one of those can potentially suffocate you. Fortunately, all of the readings are very good in the storm shelter, so no problems here. I'm going to test it by filling the air with propane. And you can see that the
You can't
carbon
make this
monoxide...
up. She's just spraying propane in an enclosed area. She's inside her basement. My husband just came in and said it's a tricorder.
This is okay. This is got to be a spoof.
It's
She's
not.
got to be doing this as a joke just to get subscribers.
We thought so too, but she's dead serious. She's like, live chat. She's this can't be. I mean, I don't think this is a spoof. I don't think it is. Is that the Mandalorian theme? Yes. Yeah. Wow. I'm gonna fill the air with propane just to make sure this works.
This sounds like a great idea. Let me do this. I'm gonna put a combustible gas in here and see if it measures. Oh, I guess that spark wasn't a good thing, was it?
Yeah.
monoxide level is slowly increasing for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why, because propane should not be carbon monoxide without at least some sort of combustion. But anyway, the numbers are going up and the alarm is about to go off. There it goes. It's extremely annoying and you can't miss it.
Okay. Anyway, so I'm just trying to go further.
Last week I poured the first tunnel ceiling.
Here we go. Nope. Is this it? Why is this one paused?
This comment is exceptional.
She's pouring
I
the
was
cement
struggling
in.
to figure out how to get concrete over the tunnel form, and very likely I would not have thought of this method myself. After loading, the concrete is flowing nicely. I also got a good suggestion to use a sawzall to vibrate the form. I'm using a massage gun, and it's getting all the bubbles out and causing the concrete to flow into place. My Amazon mixer is holding up and doing a great job. Mixed a little bit there. In total, the first segment required 2.5 tons of concrete. Now it is done. Ready for the next segment.
Some of my files were corrupted.
Last week I poured the first tunnel ceiling segment. Now it is time to remove the forms. I designed the steel arch form to be reusable. I just need to disassemble the wooden support structure and cut the cross struts. The form is detaching from the concrete better than expected. And now we can see the finish. Did you ever see dry concrete reflect like a mirror?
Yes, some people have, but I've also never seen a lady dig a tunnel under her house.
So she can't go towards her neighbors, and so she's gonna have to go. She's having to go down now.
Yeah, down into the whatever other direction. She was going in a completely. She's trying to go deeper, and then she was also going in she detoured into a different direction.
So how big is her property to begin with?
Not acres. She lives in a neighborhood.
God.
Yeah. 45-ton hoe, and she'd be done in 3 days. Yeah. So let's see.
Water and electricity don't mix. The storm shelter flooded overnight, and this plug got...
This plug got
crap,
wrecked. Yeah.
Sherlock.
Okay, some of these are corrupted. Hold on. Why are these doing this? Hold on. Let me go to the desktop instead.
Oh, I want to see when the permit guy comes in.
Okay. Oh no, we'll get to that. I mean, we were right here. That's where I stopped last time.
Water and electricity.
Oh no. Some of these. There you go. I'm just gonna mute it.
25 feet underground.
Sorry, these are not tunnel beam. Oh my god, what the heck's going on with these? Wow. Let me go to my TikTok program. I don't know what's going on.
She's amazing.
She's very motivated.
She's amazing.
Are you sure you don't want to test it like you did with the propane? I deliver these hose now as my retirement career, and I'm trying to help her be silly with a conveyor. Let's see. Empty trash. I'm just having... I got... Some of my files are corrupt. Wait, let's go here.
Sure, I developed this technique as I've been building arched concrete forms using steel sheets and needed to scribe intricate curves. I am using a salvaged motor magnet, although any would work, just to hold the string steady. If I suspend a plumb bob or some other heavy point on the bottom of the string, it will ensure that it is straight down. If I slide the magnet, I can mark a series of points on the sheet below. It provides a profile of the curve I am replicating. Afterwards, I can connect the dots and cut. Another excellent use for magnets is retaining sheets of steel while they are being welded together. In this case, I'm using the magnet to hold the sheets together as I'm putting in a series of tacks. This would be very hard to align without the magnet. There are also professional welding magnets that can be used in much the same way. I'll add to my Amazon store. Come with me as we try to find the best way to cut FRP rebar. I got some new Milwaukee Sawzall blades called the Torch. They are designed for cutting metal, and they are very expensive. It works really great in cutting metal conduits, but for some reason it's less effective at cutting rebar.
It's on fire.
There's a lot of friction, and it's smoking and creating fumes. Barely works.
Oh my god.
God.
What are you supposed to use to cut rebar?
No, you can use, I mean, there are blades you can use that's not.
That's just not it.
Almost a 1/4 inch of the blade melted off after an hour. In contrast, an angle grinder with a typical abrasive cutoff wheel is working like a charm.
Yeah.
It is producing a lot of particles, which I did not want. So I wonder if the presumably toxic FRP smoke or the clouds of microplastic are less consequential to health.
Duh. Less consequential than like a bullet in your brain? I mean...
What do you... I don't understand what you're saying. Can you...
Well, less consequential than, someone
okay.
obviously and deliberately killing you, but the reality is that no, it's not good for you. Let's see. There's something called a respirator. Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, but she just likes the the one that you can get at Home Depot. That's not an actual like respirator. She uses those a lot.
Maybe she needs to go to Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
See if they have a cheaper version there.
And this is a very useful idea.
Yeah.
I tried to find the best way to cut FRP rebar and was dealing with either smoke or plastic dust. I got a few suggestions on my previous video to use a wet tile saw. The water keeps the blade cool and eliminates most airborne dust.
What size
This is the
she
best
doing?
way to cut fiberglass rebar indoors.
Indoors, because that's where we're
Because she's
cutting.
underground. I mean, she's in a closed environment, so that's...
Right.
Yeah. At least she's not in her laundry room anymore.
That's
You know,
true.
Now she's like 15 feet underground.
Yeah. Oh, good, Al. That's good.
I am building a secret tunnel under my house. Previously, I had a problem where one of the walls cracked and the footing separated. Today, I'm going to fix that problem by removing some of the fractured concrete and keeping a few dowels into the wall. The first step is to make a clean base and drill holes on both sides of the crack so that I can straddle it. My old Hitachi hammer drill makes quick work of it. A few months ago, I made a hand pump for grout injection when I was keeping rock bolts in the ceiling, and the same technique is working for this as well. I probably could have kept anchoring epoxy, but I'm not sure if that's rated for concrete to concrete structure. Now I'm inserting pieces of rebar to bind the wall together, and I will also tie it into the structural pillar that I was making a rebar cage for previously. This is the wall footing column interface where I'm going to surround with steel forms and have a few yards of concrete pumped in. And now it's done. Follow for more.
I think this is before she had one of her walls collapse, where she was pumping concrete in and they collapsed and she had to remove it manually. But I don't know. Oh, jeez.
I tied 1,000 feet of rebar with 500 feet of wire to make the reinforced concrete walls and ceiling of my storm shelter more stormproof. And my hands are incredibly tired. Now that all the reinforcements are in place, it's time to make the steel forms.
Are those zip tied together?
No.
I punched a hole in the plastic membrane and installed a giant funnel for reasons.
She zip tied rebar together?
Well, I mean, technically, normally on regular foundations you see them wired, but as long as it holds, I wouldn't put plastic in there.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be building a tunnel under my house, but you know.
Really.
Oh, jeez. She's doing it for to make a storm shelter. She's also very interested in like surviving nuclear attacks. So I think that's
She might not survive building the storm shelter.
yeah.
Wherever I had corners, I spliced in stainless steel angles. The entrance tunnel block work is going to interface cleanly with the reinforced poured concrete. The back corner is going to be an entrance to another and deeper and darker tunnel. The area beside it will be reinforced as well. I kept temporary wood supports until the concrete is poured. Pumping concrete into such an intricate space is going to be a challenge, and I'm planning to only pour half the arch at one time. In my regular basement, I accumulated a few tons of extra rock, but not enough for a dumpster yet.
So she rents them when she can fill up a whole dumpster, and then she
uses her little
yeah
elevator system to pull it out
with her new motor because she broke the other motor. Yeah. I still want to know what made you do this. Oh, she's being sarcastic. I wanted a safe little lair. Spending all my day working on my computer, I feel restless and out of shape. I am not satisfied going to a gym or exercising. Hard work without producing something. I love big projects with technical challenges, logistics, and repetitive tasks grinding away. Why don't you go to school for that then? Like Minecraft, I enjoy playing Minecraft, but it is more time at the computer. So she's doing real life Minecraft. God. I have the skills and knowledge. Why not build a storm shelter? Because you don't have the skills or
You don't have the skills and knowledge. You might be developing some in the process of, making mistakes and then figuring out what doesn't work.
yeah, but like she could, like Al's saying, she could volunteer for Habitat for Humanity and build homes for people. She could do stuff like that.
It's not for everyone.
This device will save the life of your sump pump. It is a check valve which avoids backflow between cycles. I got a new sump pump, but I'm
You
not
broke
sure if
your
I
other
can
one.
connect the check valve directly to it. I asked Bing's new AI tool, and it replied, yes, it can be, but it's not recommended. So I will, but I did have to cut the bottom to make it fit.
You know who could install your sump pump for you? A plumber? Yes? No? Like, why wouldn't you have... Oh, because then the plumber would see all of the rocks in your secret tunnel.
No, really.
Got it. I got it.
Can't have any kind of a tradesman go in there and see
Yeah.
the unpermitted work going on.
Got it. I forgot about that. We're using AI to help you.
Because
Got
what
it.
could go wrong about that?
Yes, Avery, she's using AI. And, oh my God.
Another problem is connecting the discharge pipe. They say you can glue it, but technically PVC and ABS should be joined with a Fernco. Unfortunately, I don't have one, but I do have Flex Seal.
Oh my God.
However, since the discharge rise is almost 20 feet, I don't think this is going to hold up on its own.
It's
I
not.
need a hose clamp, but all the ones that I have are too big, so I'm making it smaller. Now it
Hey,
should be
this is,
ready for testing.
This is the Mist soundtrack. Or Riven, isn't it?
I don't think
Dun
so.
dun dun dun. Listen,
It
here.
does.
Here, listen to it.
I need a hose clamp, but all the ones that I have are too big, so I'm making it smaller.
Dun, dun, dun,
Now
dun,
it should be
dun.
ready for testing. I will replace this with a proper Fernco as soon as I can get to the store.
Sure you will.
Sure you will.
Sure.
This problem is
Look
going
at
to
her
get solved
water.
today. I'm building a secret storm shelter under my house, and an issue that I've had since the very beginning is groundwater and having to pump it out manually all the time. Now that I have a proper pump, I need to connect it to the discharge pipe, which I already buried alongside the main tunnel.
Of course you did.
I had an unexpected setback and had to come back with a respirator for chemical cleanup.
God.
For maintenance purpose,
Oh, she does have a
the
respirator
discharge
now.
pipe is going to go through the wall, be exposed, and then drop down under the slab. I laid the pipe in a channel that is going to be filled with gravel with the slab on top. It's not quite deep enough, and I may need to redo it. Temporarily, I'm just pumping into a collection barrel. On testing, the pump is working great, and the Flex Seal is holding.
Okay, great.
I bought a broken tree, which
Oh, we don't care.
I liked this
We
pair
don't
of
care.
sunglasses. I got
We
some
don't. Gardening's a
I
lot of
have
hard
a
work.
practically unlimited supply of rock from under my
Oh,
house.
she's just doing this. So
I-
we don't care. This lady's unstoppable. Okay, we don't care. Okay, we don't care.
I'm making
Oh.
an air scrubber for
There we
my
go.
secret tunnel. I should have done this a long time ago. Previously, I installed a 4-inch pipe for air ventilation, but I never connected it.
You shouldn't be putting air-related things to be pushed through plastic. Correct? Shouldn't it be more metal?
I don't know the technology. I'm not the engineer.
Al, help us. Somebody who knows this in the chat. I don't. I thought it needed to be like metal. She should have done none of this. Okay. I'm disturbed by how intrigued I am by this. Apparently 500,000 other people are intrigued by it too.
Up to a fan.
Right.
One thing I wanted to do to avoid spoiling the fan is to set up an air scrubber to clean all of the dust. Rather than put it off anymore, I'm making a housing out of sheet metal in which to place different types of filters. I'm also setting up
probably gonna be a
a
pretty
damper
competent
to
welder.
allow.
Yeah, I mean, she could do welding after if she doesn't end up in jail or something. Especially more industrial setups. Okay, Karina's saying something. Hold on. Oh, I think it's all aluminum. Got it. How are the neighbors ever going to sell their homes after this? I don't know.
No kidding.
Metal ductwork is common for HVAC systems. Okay.
I'll be back.
All right. Don't forget you're connected with your headphones. Okay. My dad. Oh, someone called the Department of Homeland Security. People know what she's doing now because she's so popular on TikTok. I'm like, I'm gonna hold on 1 second. So when this eventually goes south, if the house is not underground at some point, would they be able to just fill it with cement? No, I think they'd have to dig infill. I think they'd have to go down and hit the tunnel from the top. I don't think they'd be able to fill. But maybe they would. I don't know. Didn't she get cited for this? Her homeowner association was not happy with her. We're still midway through. Let's see. Where are we at? We've got to. Don't tell XCAL how many videos we have left. She did get in trouble at one point. So. What about endangering people? Wouldn't that be something? Endangering people around her by building a tunnel where that could cause like a sinkhole? XCal's a whole vibe. If you missed it, he's done lots of streams with me. He's a whole moment. Not until it happens, I guess. Want a granola bar?
Sure.
I don't know if you'll like it, but
Oh yeah.
oh, this one tastes better though. I'll get you this here. If you don't like that, I got this one too.
How could a made good granola bar not be good?
Because it doesn't have any like allergen stuff in it. This is tasty. It's kind of tasty. Oh, hi, Champy. You're still down there. All right. These videos exonerate her as mentally competent, though. I think they do. All right. Here we go.
Allow extra air into the fan to reduce pressure if needed.
She seems to be getting faster at welding.
Now it's done, ready to be suspended to the joists in the sub-basement and connected to the tunnel ventilation pipes as well as the inline blower fan. I designed it to be expandable to support a variety of different filters, including electrostatic, HEPA, and also activated charcoal. And that way this can filter out any chemical or biological contaminants. As well, solve...
Here's the good news about all this stuff. It's keeping her from doing porn or something like that, so...
Oh my God.
You know,
you're
keeps her off the
Father.
street, has her focused on activities that...
That could create sinkholes that would, kill people if
Well, good point.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
How are you going to attach that to PVC, ma'am? Maybe with one of her little metal clampy things or whatever, glue. That's going to be good.
all of the dust problems I've been having in my storm shelter.
Okay, here we go.
Come with me on a journey to North Country.
Okay, we don't care.
I am-
We don't care. We don't care.
I made a mistake. Last night I was welding in my storm shelter and I forgot to shut off the shielding gas. If there is even a small leak in the regulator gas tube or welder, we could have a deadly situation. Someone could have entered without knowing the hazard and easily passed out. I rarely test for gases as I get complacent. This is just a reminder that confined spaces are deceptively dangerous and that safety protocols save lives.
Gee.
Fortunately, in this case, it seems that the oxygen levels are normal.
Okay.
I am getting ready for pouring the walls and ceiling of my secret tunnel. Earlier, I set up a rebar lattice and ordered a truckload of steel sheets.
Someone is going to have an unhealthy amount of questions when you sell this house one day. Oh, I like it? Excuse me? What? Oh my God.
I am building the forms out of steel as I can design intricate shapes and avoid concrete leaks during pumping. The steel is not strong enough by itself, so I will add some wood supports later. It is tricky keeping a gap away from the rebar. Ideally, there should be 2 inches. I developed a technique to scribe the pieces without measuring using a string and magnet. Here, I'm using a strip of steel to simulate the curvature of the ceiling arch and cutting it with my angle grinder.
She's good now.
Let's see if it fits. Absolutely perfect. No adjustments needed. I am only tacking the seams as I will remove the steel after the concrete is poured. I am almost done with half the main arch. Follow to see the big pour.
Looks like they got you doing the easy work, huh, Cupcake? I just got out of a 250-hour unpaid shift of crushing my legs in a hydraulic press.
Do you have low water pressure? I sure do. When I use multiple taps at once, they slow to a trickle. The solution may be as simple as digging up your water pipe.
Oh my
In my
God.
case, the previous plumbing company cut corners and reduced the supply to a 3/4 inch hose to insert in the old one. Also, there is an old meter in the house. I am going to fix all these issues today and start by turning off the water at the road with a key. Splicing into the poly supply is easy with a heat gun. Before connecting to the house, I'm going to test the water volume to make sure there's not issues close to the road. Excellent volume. I'm in the crawl space. Now I'm cutting out all the old plumbing inside and going to redo it to streamline it all at 1-inch pipes. The copper holds a lot of heat. After much trouble, it is now done. But I have a big mess to clean up. And here's how it looks outside.
Plumber? What? Oh my God. How does she work a 9 to 5 and do all this hard work every day? I have no idea.
Here's the thing that you have to be careful of when you're changing the pressure to your home. Is that your fixtures are only designed for about 60 to 80 pounds of pressure.
Oh.
And so if you don't take that into account, you screw up all your fixtures. I mean, literally have to go buy new ones.
Yeah, but she's already wrecking her house with her secret tunnel, so she
doesn't give a shit. Take it away, girl. Come on, Kayla. Make this thing happen.
Okay, we got it.
I connected two sump pumps to the same discharge pipe. One is in the secret tunnel and the other is in my main basement. Both have check valves, but I've always wondered what would happen if they cycled on at the same time. Although the probability is somewhat low, it will happen, and I'm concerned that either one of the pumps might get overloaded or a pipe might burst, so I'm going to test that today. First, I'm going to find the sump breaker and turn it off, and wait for it to fill up with water. As it's taking a while, I'm going to add a garden hose as well, and the pump kicked on. Well, we've got a problem. When I was getting some electrical work inspected previously, I did not realize that labels were required to pass the inspection. To avoid failing, I labeled several of the breakers randomly during the inspection itself.
Oh, because what could be wrong with that?
You're like labeled them randomly to pass inspection. Wow.
Go for
They
it.
don't have to be accurate, just labeled. Now the piper has to be paid. This is going to take forever. To save some time, I will plug a light into the sump outlet so that I can test the breakers one by one without having to check the pump. Alright, this is what I'm looking for. Plug an extension cord in. Back to the main panel.
There's a tool for this. There's a testing tool that you plug it into the outlet, and then you take your tool and you hold it up to the breakers, and it activates when it whatever.
But they didn't have it at Harbor Freight, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
So now that we solved that problem.
Some circuit breakers off, and the light is on. Flip some more switches, and the light is still on. And try something different. And ooh, it was in the breaker marked upstairs fan. The sump switched off. I am filling it with water again so that I can resume the test. Now I turned on the main house sump pump and it's running, and need to plug in the secret tunnel as well, and that is running too. I hear some tapping and gurgling, but no obvious problems. Outside, the water is coming out at a higher volume than usual, but seems to be working well. Oh, one of the pumps must have cut off. Test passed.
Okay, wow.
Jesus.
I've come to know a new drawback using fiberglass rebar. Apologize for the poor camera work. This is my first time using a fire extinguisher, and
You decided, oh my God, there's a fire. You go and start filming with your phone. Go grab the fire extinguisher, continue filming with your phone.
She's a dope. I didn't say dumb. I said dope.
This is just wild.
I'm a bit in a panic.
Apparently not enough.
It's been a few minutes, and I'm curious how
Smoke damage is
discharging
a
a fire
thing?
extinguisher in a confined space affects air quality. The oxygen level still looks good. Obviously, there would be a lot of carbon dioxide, and I see carbon monoxide from the fire. What a setback. I am investigating a fire that broke out in my tunnel. Last night I was welding some steel forms and the rebar and membrane caught fire. I was able to put it out quickly with an extinguisher and the damage is not very severe. A couple of sticks of rebar and some plastic appear compromised. I have to remove a section of form to complete investigation and make repairs. The fire could have been significantly worse, as it happened just as I finished welding for the night. I went upstairs without noticing any problem. A couple minutes later, I came back down with some steel wool to do cleanup, and I heard crackling inside the tunnel. I was shocked. The fire was being turbocharged by the exhaust ventilation, and the first thing I did was shut down the blower. I was concerned about smoke and carbon monoxide in the tunnel, so I had to put it out quickly and use the fire extinguisher to do so. It worked great. Have a bunch of corrosive dust to clean up, but better than the alternative.
So, how did it catch on fire? She still doesn't know. She's not a fire investigator.
I'm going to submerge this welder in 5 gallons of isopropyl alcohol. The other day we had heavy rain while the sump pump was accidentally disconnected. The storm shelter flooded and my welder was 50% underwater. Making matters worse, I recently had a fire and the space was snowed in with corrosive fire extinguisher dust and that all mixed with the water. I can't just dry it out or I will have problems in the future for sure. Sometimes misfortunes compound. I always take care of the welder and keep it off the ground. The one day I did not, we had 3 inches of rain in an hour. I double-checked that the sump was plugged in that day, but I did not notice the extension cord was disconnected. I will try giving it an alcohol bath. If there is a spark from a capacitor, we may have ourselves an explosion that will be seen across the Mississippi. If it works, it will help rinse out the corrosive dust and mix with any water trapped inside to make it easy to dry out. I have a lot of extra alcohol left over, wonder what I'll do with it. Next, I put it in an industrial oven to further dry it out as I need to start using again immediately. Let's see if it works. It seems to. This is great. Another mistake recovered from, but I need to update my operating protocol.
I need to update my...
She says operating protocol as though she has some kind of system that she really works from. I promise you that she's not. It's like whatever she remembers to do that day is what she does, and what she does remember to do, she just doesn't do it.
Yeah. This is getting so absurd. Like, I could actually imagine her bringing out a flamethrower. I mean, holy guacamole.
Okay, so we need to jump ahead to the...
we need to jump ahead?
Person.
You gotta... Are you feeling like you're gonna...
I'm about ready to be cooked.
Okay, well then, hold on. We'll let XCAL watch it, and then I'll finish out the stream. Okay, hold on. What the heck? What the heck's going on? Sorry. Don't worry, live chat. We'll watch the rest of them. Hold on. Here we go.
Now,
You ready?
these travel vlogs, where's she traveling to?
She goes to nuclear plants and stuff like that are closed down.
And does what?
Well, it just looks at them, and she grew up...
Gets ideas?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Good morning. I need a moment to pull over. Just give me a second.
She filmed all this.
Are you sure that's what they said? They're from the city? Yeah, I'm not available right now. Can you see if they'll come back tomorrow?
Who's she talking to?
Yeah, 10 o'clock. That's fine.
I don't know. Like, one of her roommates, I think.
Okay, bye.
This is a reenactment that she filmed.
Right.
And she got someone to help, like, zoom out and do...
Hello.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning.
I don't know if you remember me. I'm Jack Smith.
Yes.
I'm Bayport, building official. This is Jimmy Jones with the zoning department and Brian with inspections.
What can I do for you?
We have some complaints. Basically, there's some construction going on. And we were just here, basically, to find out if there is and see what needs to be done.
What kind of construction?
Basically, they said it's excavation. That you're pulling stuff out of the basement.
Yeah, a little bit.
Can we go down and take a look?
Sure.
Okay.
So they did give me a stop work order and are requiring an immediate evaluation by a professional engineer. Fortunately, contrary to few rumors here, it is constructed entirely below the slab of my house, and it shouldn't be too hard to get the permits and approval. So we'll be working on that.
So that's kind of the update where she's at right now. I mean, there was maybe like a few more videos posted, but that's But you didn't even see... Here, let me just see if I can find the part where the wall collapsed. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Let's see something exciting and interesting. And thank God that it wasn't while she was down there.
Yeah. Where is it? Maybe it's in the year recap. Hold on.
It's just been over a year since I started building my underground tunnel
Good night,
system.
Chelsea.
This is a 1-year recap. In August of 22, I cut an opening off the side of the sub-basement and started to carve into the solid rock. Fabricated an elevator to lift material. 1,000 pounds at a time. As the entrance tunnel stretched longer and deeper, I bought an electric yard cart and converted it into a mine cart. I used hundreds of concrete blocks and yards of hand-mixed concrete for the 30-foot entrance tunnel. As it got deeper underground, I ran into a lot of groundwater and a spring which made work harder and required constant pumping. Eventually, I set up a sump basin and a pump which is keeping the system dry. Set up a blower and air duct for ventilation. The main chamber is 22 feet below ground, and I set up rebar lattice work and a steel form to pour concrete with a trailer pump.
Oh my god.
One of the forms failed, and the concrete bulge needed to be removed, which was affectionately called the elephant's foot. There is still a lot of work left to do, but I am having a blast and enjoying sharing this project with you.
So. So essentially you get the gist of it, right? Fuckery is afoot. That's essentially
Fuckery is
and
right.
she's getting better at welding. And
She is. And she's got major skills. I mean, kudos to her. She's figured out a lot of stuff on her own. But the stuff that she's doing, building tunnels underground with concrete and all the things that she's welding and insulation and rebar and stuff like that. This is not like, hey, let's just kind of figure it out on our own.
yeah.
I mean, this is dangerous stuff.
Yeah. It's not like learning how to install like a laminate flooring. It's not even like learning how to install a wood flooring
It's
with
not like figuring out how to use a table saw. No, it's not.
Right. It's and again, she's run into really dangerous things. Gases, fires, collapsing of her walls because her structures
Flooding.
aren't strong enough, flooding. Like, oh my gosh.
Whew.
So, I know you're wiped.
Wow.
So I'm going to probably finish the rest of the videos with the live chat.
She is a piece of work.
Yeah. So
I'm kind of impressed that she's a busy little bumblebee. There's no question about that.
I know she has a decent, I'm guessing she has a decent job because she has money for all of these.
Oh yeah, she spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on this stuff. She spent a ton of money. A ton of money.
Yeah.
And, hundreds of hours. Thousands maybe of hours. I don't know. But certainly hundreds of hours. I mean, since 22, she's probably working 3 to 5 hours a night if she's working 8 hours a day.
Right. She's for sure, she's working hard. I think she's definitely putting herself in danger. She's potentially putting her neighbors in danger because what if she ends up, she's dug in some areas, it creates some type of sinkhole situation because she doesn't know what she's doing in a true sense, because in school you learn about the consequences of like math mess ups, like in engineering and stuff like that. You're learning as you go in this situation, and you don't necessarily see the consequences of what you've done
until after the fact. I mean, she's in a situation where it's a little bit of hindsight being 2020 because she's so focused on correcting the mistakes that she's made in the past.
Yeah.
And she's made a bunch of mistakes that I'm sure are related to just lack of awareness.
Sure.
She just doesn't know what she doesn't know.
Yeah. But not lawyer hours. Wendy also said, just catching up, but she recommended you get another beer like an hour ago. So he's plumbing, gas, and electric should all be left to professionals. I agree on some level. I also, changing out lights, I don't think is a electrical work, I guess. What she's doing definitely is electrical work. I mean, is your mind broken?
I am amazed at the extent of what she's done. And the fact that I'm not so much amazed that the city didn't figure it out earlier because
It's
let's
a city.
face it, I mean, that doesn't surprise me. But I'm actually pretty impressed that she didn't encounter some serious issue and actually hurt herself significantly earlier in the process.
Yeah. Well, you saw when she was taking down the arch for her roofs, and she was trying to do it, and the metal kind of collapsed on her. I mean, when I was taking out cabinets by myself in our kitchen, and I was trying to do it carefully, but when one of them comes loose and they fall on you,
it comes loose.
It's just I can't imagine it with metal underground, with unstable flooring, and you could hurt yourself and not have anybody know to come help you. You're in a secret freaking tunnel under your house.
But she's got like 18 gauge metal or whatever it is, and so it's not like super heavy.
Sure.
It's not like 250 pounds or something like that. It's probably she's got it braced. It's fairly thin metal, and she's able to deal with it as far as that's concerned.
Yeah. So, thanks for joining. I'm gonna watch some more videos of her. So I know you got to head out, but
I'm just stunned that she thought this was a good idea.
Yeah, I'm also like, her follow through is pretty impressive that she's been going for this long.
Yeah.
And not stopped.
Yeah, she's a little pit bull.
Yeah. Oh, but we do have some new MLMs for you to look at in the future. There's this one called Pay Per Letter, and it's a lottery, multi-level marketing type scam ish, where you have people write handwritten letters to casinos, and in return they give you $5 worth of casino chips that you trade in. It's really twisty.
What?
I'm not even kidding you. It's a whole thing. Well, you'll have to come back for that.
Okay. When's the next Dresden stream? We don't know.
Saturday.
That's all right.
Saturday. It's just been Saturday.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. Have fun, everyone. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks for joining.
You bet.
I'm going to mute your mic.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Just in case.
Thanks, pal. Champ, you want to go out with him?
Huh?
You want to go out? You stay here. You want to go out?
He's hanging in there with you.
He is hanging in here.
He wants to see the other videos.
Oh my god. We're finishing these, so I'm sorry if that's not gonna be fun for y'all. I want to see the rest. I'm staying on. I want to see the rest of them. I want to be a nosy Nelly. So I got to go back up to where we were though.
I was going.
Where were we?
Have you? There is a lot of water.
Were we here?
I connected
There we go.
2 sump pumps to the same discharge pipe. One is in the secret tunnel and the other is in my main basement. Both have check valves, but I've always wondered what would happen if they cycled on at the same time.
Oh, we already watched this one. Tunnel fire, we already watched this one. Okay.
I am investigating I am building a secret chamber under my house and have been diligently working.
Okay, we
There
got
is a
this.
lot.
Okay, there we go. Here we go. We're up. We're up to speed. Yes, XCAL's coming back on Saturday. Good job.
Have you noticed that gardening instructions for trees and other plants almost always ask for well-drained loam? What is loam?
That was bad to the bone.
Oh my god. It's smoking. Oh my god.
Previously, I installed steel forms for the walls and ceiling of my secret tunnel. Now I'm reinforcing them to support 12 cubic yards of concrete.
Was it a...
Made a whole lot of these precision engineered brackets.
What is that called? Is it like a... Hello? Oh, thank you. My medicine going off. Sorry. Okay. Hopefully, do I have any liquid left? Ugh. It might be rivets, but it's supposed to rain on Saturday, so good day and evening to stream. Let's freaking go.
And I'm welding them to the steel form to support wood. This is what it looks like through the welding helmet. Once the brackets are in, I need to be double, triple careful not to start another fire. That would be very bad.
So she must have started the fire herself with her welding situation. Accidentally.
Now the concrete trucks just rolled in and it's time to
Hey, Megan.
put it to a test. Sometimes we need to use our best problem-solving skills to fix mistakes. After completing these concrete forms, I realized that I had left a temporary wooden block behind. To avoid disassembling the form the night before scheduled concrete delivery, I cut a small window in the form and am cutting up the 3-foot wooden piece in 6-inch chunks.
That's...
If a piece falls into the form, it will be a problem, so I attached a wire and a screw to each piece. Now it is all done. How would you have solved this problem?
Maybe I would have had a degree in, or gone to school for construction or learned from an expert or not having done this. I don't know. Definitely started the fire by accident with a welder. Yes. Taking DIY to a whole new level. Yeah, this might be good content for one of y'all to be like, what the heck's going on? Ignorance on fire. This is literally MLM energy. The big pour. This is when it collapses. Oh my god, her supports collapsed when the workers were there. Oh my god. Yeah, people saw our project, but you have to understand too, if somebody like is undocumented, then they are looking to be able to make money, and they're not going to feel comfortable going to the police. So it's not as clean cut as we would hope it would be, if that makes sense. And Hannah is bringing all of the empathy and like the facts of this, because it gets twisty so fast. And she could have killed those workers. There was a child there too. Oh my god, I didn't see. We'll have to go back and rewatch it. Here we go. Using your Theragun to help? Come on.
What's done?
Oh my god. People doing it correctly can get hurt too, but this is terrifying because even with an expert or somebody who has experience setting up all of these pores and everything, all of the forms, yeah, people can get hurt, but we have an inexperienced person setting these up, and so there's an even higher risk of that happening. What the hell is going on with my lights? I have to reset it. That's okay. What the heck? Use. Sorry. I don't know what's going on. Okay. It's insane that other people's lives mean nothing to her. Yeah. She looks so smug here. Shame on you, Kayla. Yeah. This is so much work to do improperly. And for over 2 years. Okay, we're not watching it again. Sorry. There we go.
A few hours after pouring the concrete walls, the secret tunnel is starting to heat up, and it's now over 100 degrees. I'm actually surprised how much heat the curing process is generating. It should not be an issue in my case because that's normally only important if you have a lot of surface area, and that can increase evaporation. Or in very large projects like hydroelectric dams, because concrete is a good insulator, sometimes the outer part will cool down a lot faster than the interior of the concrete, and that can cause expansion in the inside, which can cause cracks, which we don't want. The solution there is to pour in smaller sections and to include cooling pipes so that the concrete cures at a constant temperature.
Oh my god.
I'm building a secret tunnel under my basement and recently completed the largest concrete pour for the walls.
Except your form broke.
It was mostly a success, but there were a few significant failures, and I now present to you a retrospective analysis to determine what worked, what didn't, and what can be done better. The back wall, central column, and south arch face are almost perfect. The forms and bracing held without incident. There is a bit of warping between the horizontal whalers, especially toward...
That's because your gauge of your steel wasn't strong enough, and I don't think you're supposed to. I don't know. I don't know anything about this. Homer does. If you're in Dallas, Homer's the best. I don't know if it's hubris or what, but this isn't it, Kayla. Like, it could be funny if it wasn't so dangerous. Bill Nye does not claim you. Yes. She's speaking very confidently for someone who clearly knows so little about what she's doing. Yeah, and for doing it for such a long period of time, Homer. Hey, Jeter. What should be done in the future is that you should not be doing this on your own.
the bottom of the form. Although this looks odd, this won't affect the structure. The west wall form blew out and completely failed near the entrance. Additionally, there is a huge problem where the concrete poured behind the membrane. Fortunately, this is in the same section as the blowout. I do like how the steel forms warped and stretched, but not a single weld failed. This increases safety considerably. The initial findings are inadequate support of the form base.
Initial findings from your guesswork? Because you're not a welder. You're not a general contractor. You don't have any licenses in anything. Like, it's a guesswork. Have a good night, Megan. She's doing this she's wanting to build a storm shelter. It's for protection and also maybe a nuclear attack shelter. I don't know. Just completed my Disney villain set for my new office. Oh my god, that's so cool. And this is considered a success to her? I don't know.
Too much spacing between whalers, incorrect pump hose placement, not proper support for the membrane, and improper design of west form. They're all lessons to be learned, and I will make sure not to repeat the same issue.
Well, good for you that you didn't injure anyone in this journey to learn about how to pour concrete into concrete forms in your tunnel that isn't permitted. If your form is failing, there's something majorly wrong. Okay.
I was going for a stroll this afternoon.
We don't care.
Removing concrete forms from my secret tunnel. Removing the concrete forms from my secret tunnel. Part 2.
apparently 37. It doesn't matter all that much, but typically you understand the severe risk imposed on other people's lives with these actions after the brain's done cooking at 25-ish. And we don't necessarily, that's true. There's also, we don't know if there's anything inhibiting her from being able to see the consequences of her behavior, but she's smart enough to figure this out. It seems like there should be some understanding about the impact on other people's lives. Homer, she's basically up a creek. She is up a creek. Yeah, when I was when we lived in Wisconsin, we had to have a radon detector in our basement, or whatever, like the thing that attaches or that gets worked in to read the radon and then suck it in and get it out of your house. We had to get one of those. And it's a big freaking deal. There's a strong rumor online about her being on something. If she sells the house, is she going to live in the shelter underground? Yep. Also, this is the company my broski works for. If y'all want to go subscribe to Homer and see they're going to be putting out some content in the next couple months. Oops.
Now it's done. Time to go to the movies.
Concrete finishes rustic but solid. What about the wall that blew out? Should I polish it? I don't know. Maybe don't build a secret tunnel under your house. Futurama type sewer people would love it. Not only her house, but her neighbors' houses. It would affect their values too. Yep. And like, how do you resolve that? She doesn't have enough money for people to take her to court. She's probably going to have to try to sell the house with all the fines she's likely to accumulate. Oh my God. What?
I am very concerned about this side project. Do not want to cave in.
What side project is she working on? Why did she dig away from her foundation? What in the Fallout 4 is this? Rustic but solid source. Rustic but solid source, trust me, bro. Essentially, yes. In most states, any new owners would have to pick up and fulfill the request put out by the house on the city. I mean, who's going to want to buy that house? A tarp?
Well, that wasn't so bad.
Oh my God. Figure out how to get the elephant's foot out from under the reactor yet?
I'm under the reactor, and I'm going to be removing the elephant's foot today.
Plant levels are relatively low.
Radon?
Starting to shear it off.
I don't think I don't think that's gonna protect you in a meaningful way from the radon. What is happening? XCAL went to bed too soon.
Without making a lot of dust or debris using this big span demolition group.
To start out, I'm drilling a series of holes.
Just in case you're listening, her little radon reader in her hand was alerting her to radon. And she's like, gonna continue on. Just gonna push forward through the really dangerous radon that actually kills people. Okay, what? Now she checks for radon now, and it was alerting her that there was radon there. Scared. Oh yeah, and Hannah has all the deets. Hannah's been keeping track of this whole situation. They were too scared to speak for a while, and
where I want the concrete to shear off. And then fill the holes with Dexpan. The grout takes a while to dry and expand. This is immediately after pouring it in the holes, and this is 24 hours later, and you can see a large fracture. It still takes a little coaxing to get it to shear off, so I'm using the jackhammer to poke at different areas. And then there we have it. It is breaking off in one large piece that will be easy to break up into small pieces.
okay.
This electric minecart will not hold a charge after sitting for a while. It has a 48-volt deep cell battery from the manufacturer in China. I'm concerned that it's going to be very hard to find a replacement. Well, I'm lucky. There are 4 standard 12-volt batteries in series, and I was able to get replacements at Home Depot. They come with F1 to F2 terminal adapters, but unfortunately one is missing that. The last thing I want to do is blow a hole in the day by going back to Home Depot, so I'm checking my inventory of old electronic components to see if I can find an F1 terminal end that I can splice onto the minecart and use for the battery. I have a whole bunch
Yeah, jackhammer in the basement is probably just as good of an idea as her welding in her laundry room.
of F2 terminal ends, which seems to be standard everywhere. There's no avoiding it. Have to go back to Home Depot and get the adapter. A few of the connections are a little loose, and so I'm tightening them up, and they're all wired together and covered with a mat. And there we have it, as good as new.
You only lost one screw. What did she do? I don't know what she did. I don't understand.
While building a tunnel, efficient removal of excavated rock is the most important thing. I have removed 90 tons so far, and I am trying to automate the process as much as possible. First, I'm using an electric minecart to fill up with the rock in the bottom of my tunnel and then drive it up a 33-degree slope. And then up a ramp to dump out of the still unbroken window. The material drops into a skip which is connected to a hoist and raises it 25 feet out of the window well. Previously, I would use my pickup truck and drive to the front of the house where all the rock would be tediously transferred to a set of dumpsters. I did 7 like this before I realized that I can cut the bushes in half and spread gravel to allow the dumpster to be delivered directly under the chute. I felt kind of stupid, but I'm still having some trouble as the dumpster starts to fill up. When you have a suburban mining operation, it is important to constantly make process improvements.
when you have a suburban mining operation? An illegal suburban mining operation? Correction? What about safety? Safety, we don't know her. We don't know that. Moving the dirt is the most important thing. She is putting in so much effort. She could have built a house. And instead she's just taking away the value from the house she lives in. So yeah. Illegal suburban mining operation. Or unpermitted suburban mining operation.
Process
Homer, she already had a house. This is the house she's destroying the value on.
improvements.
Well, I think you're always gonna, would you rather just kind of stand in the dumpster and move the rocks around? I would rather do that than just put it in the truck, drive the truck up, then unload the truck. I would rather do this. Except I wouldn't be building a tunnel in my basement.
While building a tunnel,
Roman concrete.
I've discovered the secret behind Roman concrete, or more specifically, how to reproduce some of the most important characteristics of Roman concrete using current technology. Romans were really good at civil engineering. They produced amazing concrete structures such as the Pantheon, which amazingly stand today. Recently, we've been producing mass tons of Portland cement, but many concrete structures show sign of decay after just a few decades. For years, researchers have tried to unlock the secret behind the longevity of Roman concrete. Romans did not use steel reinforcement, and they mixed it very dry. Also, they use seawater, lime, and volcanic ash, which react chemically. I remember watching a video by Grady of Practical Engineering, and he mentioned that modern concrete technology is more advanced than what the Romans had. How can that be? Recently, there's been an academic bombshell. Cross-sections of Roman concrete indicate that blobs of unreacted lime scattered throughout the matrix. The lime dissolves over time when in contact with water to heal cracks. In other words, it's self-healing. I've done a lot of research to see if the same effect can be achieved with admixtures, and I bought the Zypex for a gargantuan sum. Zypex provides integrated waterproofing using crystals that dissolve with water contact and seal pores and cracks, just like Roman concrete. I am not sponsored by Zypex and bought these by myself.
Zypex would never sponsor you because we build buildings that can handle 200 times the force and tensile strength of Roman structures. That's too much sense for this corner of the internet, or whatever seventh circle of hell we're in on TikTok. At least she doesn't open boxes cutting towards herself. Small victory.
To share with you and to use in my tunnel project. Very excited.
Oh my God. So she has a job.
I bet you don't see this every day. This concrete has been painstakingly chipped away from the rebar. Previously, when pouring this wall, the form blew out.
No, you created a form that couldn't handle the concrete being pumped into your secret tunnel that's unpermitted. And then you endangered the lives of the people who were pouring said concrete. And your form blew out because you don't know what you're doing.
Additionally, the concrete was poured behind the membrane in places. There is no way to fix these issues without cutting the concrete out and repouring. I considered just pouring a new face.
Sorry, my dad's just tired. He works in the wood shop like 12 hours a day, and then he was happy to come stream with me. So I hope y'all enjoyed the time that he was here. I wish he's awesome to stream with. He was just tired.
To cover the mess, but it is easy enough just to jackhammer it out. The only thing I like more than using a jackhammer to break up a floor is using one to break up a ceiling. Since I'm lazy and don't want to tie the rebar again, I'm trying to save it. I will have a cold joint, but I will just keep
Homer, she also tied her rebar together with zip ties. So that was fun.
primer over it and hope for the best when repouring. I threw away the larger chunks of concrete, but all the smaller pieces I'm saving and will reuse as aggregate. I am keeping it out of the way under the ramp.
Oh my god.
And there it is, all chopped out and ready to be formed up again and repoured. I will make sure to have the whalers closer together and braced better, especially near the bottom.
Permits exist for a reason. Building codes exist for a reason. Plastic zip ties. Yeah.
One of the reasons for extending my tunnel system is to harvest a layer of building stone.
Oh, really? You're extending your tunnel system to harvest a layer of building stone because you've spent all of your hundreds of thousands of dollars on your secret tunnel and don't have the money to get the stone for your garden? Ma'am? Hello? What?
So far, I only found one good layer, about a foot thick, sandwiched between siltstone and
For her
quartzite.
castle.
It is fractured in ready-made rectangular prisms. All the other rock I am paying $575 per load to have removed as it is total junk. This rock I will keep. In the Middle Ages, huge amounts of rock were quarried out from underground near Paris. There were a few layers of proper building stone, but it was too deep to dig a pit. The stone was used to build walls and buildings for the growing city. Eventually, the tunnels formed a vast network underground, and part of it is well known as the catacombs. I will use some of this for landscaping. I really like stone and plan one day
You're
to
right.
build a castle.
The Storms for a Castle. Did y'all ever follow? There was someone on Instagram. This is a sad story. They were building their home. They were hand cutting the stone. They had basically built the entire home. They were wiring it for electrical. They were wiring it they were putting the plumbing in. And the plumber that they had come in, something happened with whatever they were installing. The house caught on fire and burned completely to the ground. And it was, that's how dangerous one little mistake can be in the trades. Who is filming? Probably one of her roommates. Catacombs are dangerous, yep. And this is not the Middle Ages. They were splitting the stone in this old style. It was called white something. White. It was out in Utah. I'll have to look it up.
One of the reasons for extending
She damaged her eyes because she got Dexpan in her eye. Okay, good night, YouTube. Thanks so much for hanging out. Oh, I'm sorry life's been rough for you. I hope things get better soon. You got Dexpan in your eye?
Separate video about that.
You know, if I decide, hey, I'm going to branch out and make new friends. Hey, how are you? Nice to meet you. Oh, you want to come over? Sure. Yeah, let me just ask you a question. Are you building any secret tunnels in your basement? No? Okay, cool. Let's continue the friendship. She didn't damage her eye, but she could have. She got lucky. Oh, okay, Hannah. I'm like catching up on all this stuff.
And looking back, this is the entrance tunnel. What do you think? Should I convert my house into an Airbnb?
Well, that's...
I don't need to listen to music. I already have something in here.
Okay.
I am digging a tunnel under the water table and below the drainage to my sump basin. As such, I have to pump water every day and discharge it over my sump. This Drummond utility pump works great, but it struggles to start with low water levels.
Come on, man.
It needs to be primed first. Handling it this way is not recommended. So I bought a transfer pump on Amazon. It is small and has a hose which connects to this attachment to suck the water. I love that it comes with a replacement impeller. It says it can only water. I love that it comes with a replacement impeller. It says it can only be used with clean water, which is unfortunate. Who has that? Switch is very nice. Does not seem to connect easily to the suction cup. But it doesn't matter because I have a different idea. Going to use this old screen to cover the hose to keep stones out. And as you can see, in testing it's working really great. Highly recommended for any suburban mining operation. Come with me as I replace the filters from my steampunk air scrubber. Fabricated this to filter the air in my tunnel system and remove all the silica dust. It has an electrostatic filter and a regular HEPA filter. Dusty. The electrostatic filter doesn't do a great job, so this filter is also dirty. Dusty. The electrostatic filter is washable and reusable, so it does save the life of the other filter. They say that you can use this instead of a regular filter in your furnace system, but I wouldn't recommend it. However, 2 stages like I have here is ideal, and putting them in the box.
I don't think she is replacing her disposable filter enough. They're not supposed to look like that. She made a barbarian joke when she brought up the Airbnb thing. Oh, you're right. She knows what she's doing. Yeah, cause she made it from scratch. She welded it together herself. The filter doesn't work if air can get past it. You're making too much sense, Homer, okay? Med check, everyone. Yes, med check, water check. You hydrated? If you're hungry, go get a snack. How far below the water table is she? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Hannah, do you know? Sorry.
And now that the filters are nicely installed, it's time to plug it back in and start using it again. And when the morning light comes streaming in, I'll get up and do it again.
Holy crap. The amount of dust that is capturing. 25 feet? Thanks, Rebecca. We don't care about the haunted bedroom. We don't care. What are you saying here?
Today I got my very first scratch and I almost got injured. I was picking this rock up from the ground and this other one fell from the ceiling suddenly without warning. Approximately 4-foot drop. If it fell closer to my wrist or fingers, it's possible I could have broken a bone. I need to be more careful with scaling.
What? Sorry.
My house has 2 haunted areas. One is this troubled bedroom. That it would be cheaper to pour the entire wall to ground level as a single unit. This led to some engineering complications. The wall design was 8 inches over a 15-inch footing. Pouring without a footing requires the entire 4-foot height to be 15 inches. That is a lot more concrete, but only costed $1,100, so that is what I did.
Oh, wow.
I love castles, especially medieval ones, but also Victorian Gothic Revival country homes. One day I am going to construct one with stone walls, battlements, catacombs, alligator-filled moat, and a rusty drawbridge. I don't really have enough space in my small suburban plot, but that does not mean I can't build with stone. This foundation wall will eventually support a real stone wall built with the stone that I'm quarrying out from my secret tunnel system. I hate veneer rock walls. In fact, I abhor veneer anything. It is inauthentic, temporary, tacky, poor, nasty, brutish, and short.
Oh my
If
God.
you are a so-called stonemason who glues thin stone slices onto a substrate, you are not a stonemason.
Ma'am, you don't get to tell anybody what they are and they are not because you're not anything. You're not a welder. You weld, you're not a welder. You're not a general contractor. You're making a secret tunnel in your basement with no licensure and no permits. She wants a moat with gators. Yes. It's just freaking rude.
You are a Walmart version of a mosaic artist. At the same time, building...
You're a Walmart version of a mosaic artist? Rude? Ma'am? Ma'am?
It's going to be a challenge to perform calculations and make it compliant. Should I design concrete-filled cavities with rebar? There is a lot to learn. I like this OSB finish and
Guess you okay.
What's up, family? Today I'm inspecting...
Harbor Freight is a hardware store with very reasonably priced tools that aren't necessarily for people who work in the commercial space, if that makes sense. It's kind of the Walmart. It's like this. It's kind of like a cheap Home Depot. I don't know. It's a tool store. Mom, we've got tunnels at home. Oh my God. They're like craft grade, yeah.
This absolute rundown wreck of a house. Right off the bat, we've got exposed wood and significant rot. It's like Swiss cheese. There's a crack in the wall here. And this is the other side. How can it be wrong if it's consistent? You see this negative grade right here? You can see the water accumulating in this corner, and it's going to damage the concrete wall and cause this house to fully collapse. That ain't right. What is this mess? Say it with me. That's a bunch of nope.
Okay, I don't care. I don't care.
This is a problem. I've developed a nice automated process for removing rock from my tunnel system. Using this Landworks minecart, I am able to dump material directly into an elevator skip that I designed. But there is a constraint. I can only rent a dumpster for 2 weeks before accruing a daily surcharge. I cannot mine that fast. It is laborious to break through rock, and it takes 3 weeks or more to extract a full 10 cubic yards. So I end up staging the rock in my basement. This pile is 6 feet tall and contains 8 cubic yards. I am not complaining because there is nothing more rewarding than transferring rock from the pile to the chute. It feels like working in an old assembly line. But this is an extra step which decreases automation. When designing a process, throughput is constrained by...
As Al has been saying for multiple streams, rent a conveyor. She must have to eat so much food. I mean, she must be burning so many calories. Not like your house is going to collapse because you're removing the foundation. Oh, that's like Swiss cheese? You should see my basement. Oh my god, live chat. Literally backbreaking work. Yes. She's for sure doing so much work. It's unbelievable.
Bottlenecks. It doesn't matter how much automation is introduced if the bottleneck is not addressed.
Foundation ceiling.
I poured an extra foundation footing on which to build a stone castle wall. Now I'm sealing it from the elements by using this nice black bitumen. In the summer, it applies very smoothly without having to be heated over a fire first. Although I'm sad covering the OSB finish, it will be under the ground anyway. As a good girl, I read the can after applying and see there should be 24 hours before rain, but Ophelia's coming in a few hours. Against best practice, I am keeping a plastic sheet right over the wet coating. Now it will never dry. And in preparation for possible flooding, I am digging a small hole for a pump. And several inches of rain later, it is working good. We got a break in the rain and managed to complete backfilling. As good as new, like nothing ever happened. And didn't even disturb the bushes.
Okay. Whoops.
This is my workshop. It's about 100 square feet and I've got a lot of tools and stuff packed in here very tight. It's not particularly well organized, so I spend a lot of time searching for stuff. And I also have a problem with shadows. I am so sick of shadows. Things are gonna change. Oh, they're gonna 150 watts. LED watts. 1,000 watts equivalent. No more shadows now. Even if I keep my hand over this, I can still see inside.
Okay. 1 year recap. We just watched that with my dad. Hold on. I think we watched the Fixing the Broken Handle.
I always overload this Landworks minecart. Perhaps that is why the dump handle is failing. The tube is all mangled up, no longer latches. That will be fixed with some solid hex bar. First step, I need to remove the old handle. I'm planning to use these tools to fabricate a new one. The hex is probably overkill, and I thought it was hollow when I ordered it, but no problem. The hydraulic pipe bender is working great. This rosebud torch is also helping a lot. Pretty good. After 2 hours of freehand drilling holes, the bolts actually line up, but it is crooked. This is a disaster. So outraged with myself. The next day I will attempt twisting it.
Oh my god.
Alright, it's twisted. It's much better now, and I am able to attach the latch mechanism. There we have it. Better than new. Wonderful. All rough and ready to get back to mining.
Oh my god. I would pay money to go on an extensive geological tour of your basement. Oh my god.
A few months ago, I made a video about the various geologic formations in my tunnel. I made a cross-section diagram to illustrate the layers I have discovered up to now. At the top, we have 4 feet of clay and layers of red siltstone and quartzite. At the very bottom, slightly over 20 feet deep, I found a nice layer of sandstone. However, I haven't excavated much further since I've been busy forming, storming, and norming. This is the very bottom sandstone layer, nicely fractured in ready-made cubes, perfect for walls and castles. Today, I'm finally ready to cut into the next layer at 23 feet in depth. I'm really hoping to find some more building stone, but so far this appears to be shale and siltstone. The next obvious question is, how far do I need to go before I find another layer of building stone? Is this going to be 2 feet, 3 feet, or more? A few days further, and I've got 2 feet more down, and you can see there's a little bit of shale here under the building stone, and more siltstone. This layer seems harder than the others, and I wonder if I can use it for anything. I took a few pieces outside to see how they weather over time. Now I can update the chart with another layer. Follow to see what lies below.
Follow to see what lies below. Oh my god. That sketch was cute, appropriate for a lot of field work. Forming, storming, and norming is a people thing, not a construction thing. She'd be great with professional training. I think she's smart. How can you tell how deep you're at?
Determining the exact depth of my tunnel system is going to be a challenge, and this is an excellent question. Today, I'm going to use physics to invent a new way of measuring depth. While I was installing my sump pump, I learned that vertical distance, or head, increases water pressure, but horizontal runs do not. I am going to apply a similar principle with some hose and a pressure gauge. I'm going to test the head to PSI conversions right here. While this head to PSI principle is basic enough that I'm sure it's been used before to measure complex depths, I have not seen it used, so from my perspective this is a brainy moment. I will take measurements at different heights to get a multiplier. I measured 5 different heights and plotted them here. The first is a little anomalous, so I'm averaging the last 3 to get 31.15 inches per PSI. I wish I could test further, but I would need to build a tower first. With this information, I measured the sub-basement to be 12 feet deep, and going into the tunnel, the antechamber is 19 feet deep, which is close to my original 20-foot estimate. Bottom of the deep dark branch is 23 feet so far. I absolutely love how grade level physics and simple math can be harnessed to solve complex problems. Science. Kala, the science girl.
Oh, Kala. Okay. I was mispronouncing her name. Okay, I don't care.
Over the last couple of weeks, the production rate at my suburban mine has been at its highest yet. I am currently quarrying stone for building a castle. I will need millions of them. I have been harvesting a nice vein of building stone, but I'm concerned that it is starting to peter out as I move north. Nevertheless, I'm getting quite a bit of nice stone. The layer is 22 feet underground and about 10 inches thick. As I exhaust the main section, it is becoming smaller and progressively more brittle. Don't you feel like the gentleman in the cask of Amontillado? I waited for an empty dumpster to bring up some of the stone. I don't want to mix it with the waste rock. After removing it from the dumpster, I stacked some of the smaller pieces against my wall to see how it might look. It is just rough stacked. What do you think?
You just shit on people for doing veneer, so... Okay.
Afternoon, friends. Today I'm going to try something new. I am always breaking jackhammer bits. Normally I continuously buy new ones, but I'm going to try sharpening. I've had bad luck before where the sharpened bit is actually a bit rounded and just does not penetrate the rock properly. Also, the bluntness causes loads of compressed dust which bursts out like a sandblaster. I believe that the bit may not be evenly hardened, so I'm going to try hardening it myself. On a previous video, I learned from a comment that water should not be used for quenching, so I'm going to try motor oil, although I don't exactly understand why. My bright idea of using a plastic sleeve is causing problems. And there you have it. Did you know that you can do DIY tool hardening? Before working on the other bits, I'm testing this one to make sure it performs well and is not too brittle. The shape and angle of the point makes a big difference as well.
It's working good.
After jackhammering for an hour, I feel like the heat-treated point is actually working better than it did when I got it. Vibrations are really bearing into the rock.
Okay.
I am mining for stone under my suburban house and have got a new challenge. Recently, I've been exploiting a single layer of hardened sandstone. It is wonderful as the rock breaks easily into blocks. I feel like I'm playing Minecraft. They will be easy to utilize in my plans of constructing a tower off the side of my house and eventually a castle. Unfortunately, the vein is getting exhausted and thinner. The rock above and below is too fragile to use for building. It's now a couple days later and I have some better news. 2 feet down from the exhausted layer, there appears to be more hard rock. It will take me a while to determine the depth, but the top part is very promising. To give a bit more context, this is the old layer, and all the way down here at 25 feet is the new one. So far, the rock that I've been mining in this new layer is a bit more fractured and smaller than the other one, but I can still use it.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, she looks a little bit dirty sometimes. She doesn't, it's not... Let's see, is it the White Shanty Farm? White Shanty. Utah Stone Home Burns Down. I'm trying to find that family that was cutting the rock. I mean, it was a beautiful... Wish I could show you. Do they have pictures? Seth and Jenna Wright were building the home for over 2 years, and they were splitting the stone by hand. I mean, and that was backbreaking work that they were doing. And this is just, and they didn't have to mess up the structural integrity of some, you know, the property around them to do this. And she's just wrecking her own home value and the people around her's home value.
I am mining for stone under my suburban house and have got a...
Sorry.
This is my vegetable garden. It's been a bountiful year, not for vegetables, but for weeds. Every day is a great day, but some are less great than others. The minecart got tangled in an extension cord that was laying over top of the ramp, and it overturned.
Your mind... I'm sorry. Rewind. Rewind.
Every day is a great day, but some are less great than others. The minecart got tangled in an extension cord that was laying over top of the ramp and it overturned. In doing so, it took out a wire and plumbing riser and a stud. Just shattered it. Stripped the insulation off this wire. Completely broke this one. Fortunately, the sump pipe was connected with rubber couplings on both ends. I guess I'm going to have to add loose extension cords to my list of workplace hazards that need monitoring and management.
Oh my god. Oh my god. We've been here for a chunk of time. We're at the end. We're so close.
Previously, I made a video about a constraint in my suburban mining operation. I can only rent a dumpster for 2 weeks at a time and cannot mine fast enough, so I end up staging the rock in my basement, which causes double work. My conclusion was that I need to mine faster, so I will attempt exactly that in a 2-week marathon. Currently have no rock staged, which means I will need to mine 10 tons freshly. Everything needs to go smoothly. Cutting the rock, transporting it, and lifting it in the elevator. Human and machine need to work in harmony. A week into the period, the dumpster is 60% filled, on track. And we've got a problem. My jackhammer is arcing and blowing the circuit. Initiating an emergency repair to change the commutator and brushes. Well, it's still arcing. One unproductive day later, I received a new jackhammer, $800 Metabo. Only problem is that it's underpowered, not working at all. I am host. Oh, it's 2 days later and I got another Chinese one and I am now back in business. I am way behind and need to work overtime. There, managed to mine 10 tons in 2 weeks.
Holy crap. How is the city not doing anything about this, woman? Are they waiting for something catastrophic to happen? They gave her a stop work order. We're basically, the first stream we did, we watched from the beginning to like midway through her videos. And then tonight we watched a chunk of the rest. And then when my dad went to sleep, we saw that the city came and gave her a stop work order that they had to investigate the safety of her tunnel. So we'll see what happens.
This is a D.R. Horton neighborhood with a home under construction. Let's check it out. First thing we see is this crooked threshold board. Okay. I vacationed in the city of Charlotte and went on a pilgrimage to the original Charlotte pipe factory. Being so close to the... Who designs levels where the end caps come off? Empire, that's who. Who designs clamps that the protective covering just falls off with light use? Husky, that's who. Irwin, that's who.
Oh, okay.
I am building a tunnel system under my house, and today I will trim the stone over the main shelter arch. This is a job I don't particularly like, as one wrong move and I might get squashed like they do in the Saturday morning cartoons. Previously, I poured concrete for the right half of the arch. I did not do the entire arch at once, as I could not figure out a way to control the flow of the concrete into all the corners and spaces. I don't have access to pour from above, so that is the challenge. In fact, I still have the challenge once I form the left side. How do I get concrete back there? Well, I have an idea that will either be brilliant or a total disaster. I will install a huge pipe at the very top of the arch and pump the concrete into it. We'll use a few T's to divert the flow wherever I want it. I am concerned that this will pressurize the form far beyond the weight of the concrete, so I will need to make them extra strong. There, now I will install some plastic membrane, the pipe, and some rebar.
Oh my god.
Let's talk about shoring and sinkholes. In the deepest section of my suburban mine, I have not yet installed any supports. I get a lot of comments about the likelihood of collapse or of a sinkhole somehow occurring.
Yes.
That is understandable if dewatering caused underground erosion or if there was widespread subsidence. Fortunately, it's all rock and very stable, although I do plan to shore it eventually. Historically, mine shafts were supported with timber props that would be in areas where the roof needed reinforcement. In some places, even that might be avoided. Nowadays, rigs like this beautiful Sandvik are used to install bolts. Afterwards, gunite may be applied for further reinforcement. I've been doing a little bit of both methods. For rock bolting, I drilled 18-inch holes in the ceiling and inserted rebar with some grout. Although this helps avoid small layers of rock falling, professional mines use at least 4-foot bolts and are tensioned in place. I've also used wood supports, though they are temporary as they will rot out. This particular prop has been here over 6 months under the most precarious span. Notice how the ceiling has not subsided at all. But for the long term, especially since this is under my house, I am using steel and reinforced concrete to be airstrike resistant. Fortunately,
See? Airstrike resistant. Well, she is building it for a worst case scenario situation. Oh my god. I'm going with total disaster. She's somewhat local to me in the county. City actually she lives in is already up her ass. She's going to learn an expensive lesson here when they make her correct this to get up to code. Yep. There was a great episode on Bonanza called The Philip Deishimer Story that talks about the risks of mining and mine safety. Airstrike resistant. So she said weather a storm shelter at the very beginning. And now it's letting it seep through. She went to go visit those nuclear, reactor plants. And now she's like, airstrike resistant. Ma'am, you can't even build a form to hold the concrete in. And you can't keep water out of your tunnel. What are you going to do? It's not going to be airstrike resistant. Oh, I'm just a hater. I mean, get a permit and let's talk. Sorry, my whole camera situation is frustrating me. I don't understand. My medicine's just... It's like safety theater. I watched a documentary one time and saw this thing, so I put rebar in the ceiling. Yep. How is her house looking like a castle going to save her from an airstrike if it collapses due to this? Also, if her house isn't ready for an airstrike and she's in the shelter underneath, how is she going to get out of said shelter after an airstrike? Oh, Pam. Hubby is melting down again. He's saying that's going to cave. I believe it. I believe Pam's hubby. Oh my god. Okay.
I've not faced many issues with rock stability and will continue carefully monitoring for safety.
That White House bunker has like walls, ceilings, floors that are layers of steel and concrete and possibly other materials protecting. Yeah. What does this have? Really? Look at that wall coming in at an angle right here on the right-hand side. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that tilt because it freaking collapsed. Yes. Yes, Pam.
Let's talk about shoring and sinkholes. In the deep...
Oh, sorry. Running branch circuits.
Previously, I had a minecart accident. The reason is that there are loose extension cords everywhere, cluttering up the workspace. Tangled masses of cords are a fire hazard, trip hazard, and shock hazard, and a major inconvenience. Things are gonna change. They're gonna change. I have to run some Romex from my electrical closet through this block here. Unfortunately, on the other side, it needs to run down the sealed wall into the subbasement. But I have one of these. Since there are a lot of branch circuits nearby, I cannot cut all the way through the plank. Instead, I will cut most of the way through with a hole saw. Using these extensions and a ratchet, I will insert a screw in the center and pull it out. Worked good. Now I need to push the tape through and hope it leads in the right direction.
Oh wow, it worked!
I am connecting a cable and fish thread to the tape to pull through. After a few hours, it is mortally stuck. Romex came off and it won't pull forward or backward.
Oh my God.
So I made the spool, which I will attach to my drill and force it out. Didn't work. Although I'm rather outraged with myself, I do have a backup. This time, I'm going to try going through the bulkhead in the bathroom. I did not want to do this, but what choice do I have? Let's see inside. Nope, fully blocked out.
Host.
After a little exploring, I found the northwest passage and will feed the cable through this wall right inside the electrical closet. This is working much, much better. Feeding some 6-gauge as well. There, now I have 3 branch circuits that I need to staple up and run through my tunnel conduit system. That was supposed to be a lot easier than it was.
Oh my God. You want critters? Because this is how you get critters. Oh God. Oh. I mean, she might have something to eat when she's stuck in her storm shelter.
For the last couple of days, I've been working to upgrade the electrical system for my suburban mine. I am running 3 branch circuits, one 240-volt 2-leg circuit for heavy equipment, and 2 120-volt circuits for lighting and outlets.
She's so much better at this now.
This box is going to support a switch and an outlet for the ventilation blower. Using 2 drivers at once is a benefit of being ambidextrous.
Now you're ambidextrous. I mean, does that really help that you don't have any licensure or you don't have any permits? No. Yes, and I didn't even catch that. Ma'am, do you know people died trying to find the Northwest Passage? She doesn't, I don't think that, maybe she's trying to personally, get everyone riled up.
Highly recommend Klein tools. There, now all the conduits and boxes are in place and it is time to run the wires. What do you think?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe don't build a tunnel in your basement. Mission accomplished. This is a 0.25 acre lot. I don't either. I mean, it seems that she would have already gone past the boundaries of her home. Like what she owns. Okay, next one.
I have a new problem in my suburban mine. It is not this water, but rather that I am getting out of range of the minecart. Every castle building stone has to be carried up this tunnel to the antechamber. The minecart ramp only extends here, and the minecart itself has a fairly large turning radius, so I'm planning on building a tilt-a-whirl to rotate the cart in the antechamber. Before I can do that, I need to finish pouring the ceiling. I previously pumped the walls and had a few issues, but I learned from my mistakes and am going to do better this time. Installing anchor bolts for furring strips and getting ready to set up the arched forms. And here is some beautifully curved rebar. For the rotating floor, I'm planning on installing a steel dish embedded into the concrete. I could use a rotor and spindle or a round plate connected to some gear mechanism like an old Bessemer mill. How would you rotate a minecart in a tight space?
I don't know. I wouldn't have been building a tunnel in my basement. I don't know. Ma'am. A tilt-a-whirl. God.
I am working on the mine under my house and currently upgrading the electrical system and will hopefully get rid of all the extension cords. Previously, I set up all the conduits and boxes. Now I'm running the wires for 3 branch circuits. One of them will be this 240 with an emergency cutoff switch. It will be used for welding and fabricating inside the tunnel system, as well as to support a more powerful pump in the future. The rigid conduit runs over 30 feet inside the tunnel. I'm using this fish line to pull through some thread, upon which I attach all the conductors. Fortunately, they are very stiff, so I can just push them through.
Oh god.
No issue at all. Temporarily, I'm
Holy
keeping
shit.
a small receptacle box at the bottom of this conduit body. Meanwhile,
Those
back
don't
in the
flip,
basement,
though.
I'm finishing up these junction boxes, and
There's so much water down there, though. Shouldn't those be the ones that flip off, like, in case of an issue? This is giving Nancy Drew PC game puzzle with a time limit. She has this simultaneous love of medieval history and wants to relive that, but also has this love and fascination with modern tech. Yes, Hannah. I'm pretty sure government bomb shelters are all on their own power generations because, well, nothing is going to be working. Yeah, exactly. Oh my god.
installing a receptacle and switch for the blower fan. That looks pretty
Okay,
good.
so that, I guess, is more protected.
And that looks pretty good too. The last step is wiring the breaker box. Today I'm only connecting the outlet circuit with a GFCI breaker. It's the moment of truth.
Okay, GFCI, good. Okay.
And there we have it. It worked the first time. Now it's done and I'm out.
Okay. Callow's return.
It is looking somewhat wild and unkempt. Somewhat wild. Oh my. I'm heading back to see my childhood home. Oh my. It is looking somewhat wild and unkempt. It wasn't always like this. It is easy to make an electrical system that works. A basic AC circuit is incredibly simple and any one of you can just start
It's
running
an
wires all
A-frame.
throughout your
Yeah.
house. However, doing so safely
Oh, selfishly, I'm trying to do something with TikTok. If you don't, I am not trying to like be a like follow me on every channel type of person. Say hello to DC. I'm just wanting to. Oh no, where's my account? Wait. Where's me? There we go. I need to get to 1,000 subscribers to be able to go live on 5 different, all my platforms to prove a point to multi-level marketers. So if you don't mind following me over there, that'd be great. I'm also posting content over there, but anyways.
is much more involved. Just look at all the guidelines in the National Electrical Code. They exist to protect against fire and shock. There are a lot of practices for overcurrent
This is giving Autumn Calabrese. I read it, or I'm reading a lot, so I know what I'm doing. You didn't take a test. You're not an electrician.
protection and grounding that aren't necessary to get a new fixture working, but are essential if you don't want to die. Let's talk a bit about grounding and bonding. I am running a separate ground conductor to support 3 branch circuits. As they are co-located on a single system, I am bonding all the metal components to the ground, which is sized for maximum current in a fault scenario. Ferrous conduits should generally be bonded at both ends. If it is a
Hannah P., you're the top commenter, the top chatter of the night. Thank you so much. Nightbot, gives lots of good details.
Attached to a metal junction box with a bushing wrench tight the size of the largest non-eccentric knockout, the ground attachment to the box is sufficient. But if the conduit attaches to a plastic box, there should be a special bushing. These connectors are listed for a max of 2 6-gauge conductors, so I used this ground bar instead. This cutoff switch did not have instructions on how to attach the ground, and a screw was not working, so I used this lug. Plastic anti-short bushings are excellent where there is a rough connector. There are a lot of details from code requirements to manufacturer specifications to understanding the essence of electricity. Probably even missed something myself. That's why a licensed electrician is usually advisable.
Oh, finally you said it.
It will be an engineering challenge to cover the top of this tunnel form with pumped concrete. I am planning to insert the pump hose into this huge pipe. The pipe has a Y and several holes to divert the concrete where it is needed without pressurizing the form too much. I need to ensure that the pipe is very well secured so it won't budge during pumping. The holes are aligned at the top so that the concrete will overflow at the highest level. The form itself will be designed to support around 50 psi. A concrete pump in a confined form can easily exceed that. I will prepare layers of over-engineered support to avoid an ocean gate situation. I need to make a plate to cover the space using this sheet. After cutting for a bit, it is ready to try on for size. It's ready for welding, and I will probably insert a camera into the form so that I can see inside during the pour.
Oh my god. Absolutely the most interesting content on this app. Thank you for sharing your journey and knowledge. Always look forward to the next post. What knowledge? She's endangering other people by building this tunnel. She's putting people at risk that she hires to come pour concrete for her because she doesn't know how to build a form. Oh, thanks so much, Julie. I think I missed the TikTok where she got her permits. I think we all did. Oh my god.
A major influence growing up was National Geographic, but not the channel. The magazines. They helped instill wonder and curiosity as well as love for the world. For years, my grandparents gifted a subscription to my parents who would pass old issues to me and I would stack them in my room. Before I learned to read, I would look through all the pictures of nature, faraway people, and amazing landscapes. I was especially intrigued with shipwrecks and learned to quickly find them by looking for italic titles. In fact, the very first adult writing that I read was about the Titanic. It was hard, and I was so proud with myself when I was done that I documented it in this notebook. Later on, I read several other articles as my reading skills grew. I even found a book at a library sale about the Ra expeditions, which was the subject of one of the articles. My father brought home some boxes of vintage magazines from an estate liquidation. Going through them, I felt like I was going through the excitement of the space age. The collection had grown very large, and years later my parents were weeding and got rid of all the magazines, replacing them with a digital collection, which in my mind was a dull substitute. And the memory always stung. Until now. I invested $1,000 to rebuild my collection, and I hope to share these with my children in the future so that they can also develop a passion for science, technology, geography, and the multicolored cultural tapestry of our beautiful planet.
I think she's actually created by AI. You know what? After seeing Eric worry on his AI platform situation, I could see that. I could see that.
If all goes well, the tunnel ceiling of the antechamber of my
Although I don't think, I think ChatGPT probably is like, we don't claim her.
suburban mine will be pumped full of concrete very soon. My last pumping session had a few major failures that can't and won't be repeated. I'm putting a lot more whalers and supports so that the forms are less likely to fail. But I've got a new challenge. Since I will be pumping into a closed form, I need to make sure that pockets of air can escape and that pressure does not exceed the weight rating of these supports. This wall was not poured straight, so I'm shaving off an inch. No problem at all for my angle grinder and a mattock. In fact, you can call it fun. My ventilation system quickly removes all the dust except for the really fine stuff. Looks pretty good. Now all the braces and forms are completed at heavy expense. The hose will go into this pipe. I am now ready for pumping.
Oh my god.
Welding in a confined space can be very hazardous, especially if it's a tinderbox. I have been working in my tunnel engineering form supports, and the space is full of sawdust and plentiful combustible material. Unfortunately, I have to weld a couple support brackets onto the sheet. Here are some safety considerations.
Don't build a tunnel in your basement.
First, I am cleaning the workplace, removing any loose pieces, and spreading a bit of water to dampen the sawdust. A full fire extinguisher is at hand. I am covering my safety boots with my pants to avoid burns, and turning off the ventilation to reduce oxygen. Have sheets of steel ready to block the entrance in case of uncontrolled fire, as there should always be redundancy and hazard mitigation. During welding, I had a helper watching for fire. It's looking pretty good. And after the work was complete, I waited an hour to watch for embers. Though I don't recommend this for home, if you do find yourself in a flammable space, it is important to have documented safety protocols.
Documented safety protocols coming from the lady who's building a tunnel under her home without permits and who has no certifications to be able to do any of this. Not an engineer, not an electrician, not a plumber, not a general contractor, not a darn thing. You're intelligent, except you don't seem to care about the safety of others. What? Yeah, you mean your roommate? And shame on you for exploiting your roommate like this.
Welding in a confined space can be very...
Mining finds? Okay. Tunnel trades. Undo. God.
One of the most interesting aspects of building a tunnel system under my suburban
We're almost
home
done.
is all the hands-on skills I had to either learn or improve. The main building material for constructing a tunnel is, of course, concrete. I used blocks, mortar, and many cubic yards of poured or pumped concrete. Tied rebar in different configurations and learned new techniques for placing concrete. Before this project, I had very little experience with electrical and had to learn a lot of new stuff. In fact, I used to consider it magic, which it basically kind of is. A mechanical system was needed to ventilate the mine shaft and scrub dust and fumes. Some pump dewatering and other utilities required a lot of plumbing. I got to do a lot of...
She's in Virginia. No, it's physics, not magic. Oh, and she's in an area with ground asbestos, which wouldn't be a problem except that she's digging into it and creating dust and exposing her roommates to that dust too.
fabrication to build forms, repair equipment, and make custom stuff. One of the reasons for this project is to take on challenges and learn new things. I am indebted to the community here for many useful ideas and feedback.
Okay, we watched this earlier. What? So, we're not digging. Why in the world did you go to Ohio?
I recently traveled through Ohio. The reason was to visit a plant, specifically the RMI Reactive Metals Extrusion Plant in Ashtabula. I dreamed of seeing it since I was 10, but I did not possess the capability to do so until now. I really wanted to see the northern section, but it had long since been demolished and decontaminated. It looks like the rest of the plant is still in use. Doesn't seem to have security. Maybe I can just blend right in. It still has the old RMI titanium sign. Some of the buildings are in light use for equipment storage. But there are a lot of other sections that are basically abandoned.
We're so close, Rosie.
A disused safety wash station. Do not use for sodium fires. That's the best kind. I fit right in. This is the old rail yard. Was probably used to move uranium around back in the day.
Oh my god, it's almost midnight.
I like this machine. It's nice to see that part of the plant
Beetle,
is still
oh
in use. And there's an active rail line. You are probably wondering why I care so much about this. Well, I read this book when I was a kid. During the Cold War, the Department of Energy operated several buildings to process uranium for the weapons industry. RMI had the equipment and technical know-how to extrude dangerous metals. That part was north of 21st Street and was subject to a cleanup effort that lasted for many years. I am not a fan of nuclear weapons, but it's a part of history.
What? Oh, we did it! Where's our sound? Where's our audio? Please hold.
We did it! We did it! We did it! Yay! Always team up. We did it! Yay! Woo! Hooray! We did it!
That was just what I had downloaded. I'm sure there's a couple new stuff. Hello! There was a HMM journalist who found out where she lives and reached... Right, yeah, they, she's taken advantage of the people who live with her and the people around her, in my opinion. Just intend to watch the replay. Beetle, please take care of yourself. I hope everything goes okay at the ER. Okay, I think she probably does know she's trespassing. I don't think she cares. Her inability to pump the brakes is disturbing. Yeah. Yep, Hannah literally has the details. So replay crew, if you have been watching this video without the live chat has some golden gems of goodness from Hannah and other people in the chat who have more deets on this. If you missed the first stream, that's a whole moment. We did this tonight with my dad. So if you want to watch some more, I can, I'll try to link the first video in the comments, but it matches the thumbnail. Here, there's a part 1. Her hyperfixations and lack of social awareness and other things lead me to think maybe ASD might play a part in the situation. Sure. I hope the city pumps the brakes for her. Yes, yep. She definitely took advantage of them, in my opinion. Thanks for hanging out. I hope it was... I don't know, enjoyable to rage together to bring attention to this, and I will. There's some other stuff we're kind of covering in addition to MLM stuff, but thank you for hanging out. And again, I'm trying to do kind of a experiment by streaming to multiple platforms. So if you don't follow me over on the TikTok, I would appreciate a follow, even if you don't go over there, because I have to get to 1,000 subscribers to be able to stream on TikTok and then Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, X, and whatever else at the same time, because everyone's like, oh, I need 12 phones to do this. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. So thanks so much. I'll see you later. Take care of yourself. Remember to hydrate and take your meds, and I'll see you next time. Bye.